5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Evans. 27 hearts beat.
You gon' feel it drop. I'ma chop you up. Yeah, fuck this ear infection, I just fucked it up. My jaw's all fucked up, motherfucker, what's up? Yeah, my fucking face hurts, but I'm gonna do a fucking stream anyway, I don't give a shit. Suck my dick. Yo, tell all this pain to fucking quit with it, because I'm drinking that coffee, I'm drinking cocaine. I don't give a fuck if I am in pain. I don't care if the fucking goddamn Reaper himself kills me live on stream. I'ma go mean, I'm a crazy MC. Yo, I hope your mother gets HIV. I'm drinking motherfucking cheap coffee. I hope it wakes up me. Oh, fuck your dad. Fuck your sister. Fuck my family. I got tooth pain. I'm insane. I'm crazy. Alright, let's just fucking do it. Come on.
You are listening to the Meant to Offend podcast.
Welcome into Meant to Offend podcast. Last couple days, or at least before the ear pain really went insane, I was doing these streams to sort of test what I was doing here as far as the show goes. But this is it, man. I'm just sitting here. I'm doing whatever the fuck I want. I'm talking about whatever the fuck you guys want. We're taking phone calls. I got the fucking goal down below here that I've been doing. That's kind of fun. Everybody says they want to do that. And I'll tell you what, you guys you said you wanted to do it, and I was like, all right, I don't know how this is going to go. But you guys meant it, man, because people have been bringing the shit. Bringing the shit. And because of that, I decided, let's make this an everyday thing. Fuck the anything goes. Fuck the Cronin speaks. Let's come up with a better name. Let's use Meant to Offend, since we hadn't been using it, really. And there'll be episodes that you hear on Patreon and on iTunes or whatever the fuck, but that aren't, on YouTube, but for the most part, I intend to do it here. Put that number down below. 339-226-6610. Motherfucker! How's everybody doing? Everybody in the chat has big private parts. I don't know what to tell you guys. Everybody in the chat is, unless you're a woman, and then you have, I don't know, tight ones? Wet ones? I don't fucking know. What do you say if you're a woman, Wet ones? Do you want wet ones? Not really, right? Sometimes you don't want it to be wet at all. I don't know. You have really tasty one? I don't know what the fuck. I don't know. Anyway, whatever. You have something. We're going to see how far I can go here. It's all going to depend on my jaw pain and shit, because this right here is murdering me. Like, this is killing me right about here. Right where the headphone presses on and go, coincidentally. So I think I've solved my ear problem. So we're going to talk about what I think happened with my ear, which I'm pretty sure this is correct. I don't know yet 100%. Number one, about the ear shit and everything that went on. By the way, oh my god, dude, this... I wish I was videotaping the dentist the other day, because you guys would have died. And also, I went to a Japanese restaurant, and that was fucking hilarious. And then we're going to respond to JB, who responded to me. He had some points that were valid, I think, but he sort of took everything out of context, like he always does, and made it into like, oh, it's an attack on him. He's just playing the victim again. When it's really all stems from Poop the comedian, the dumb poopy pants. And had Poop never said that we're all a bunch of racists, there wouldn't be a problem. Which I would think the minute that you started calling... Like, if somebody calls JB, like, a racist and says that he's a scumbag racist, and that he's, you know, all these other things that he maybe is or isn't or whatever the case is. Oh, Dave, call back and, like, Devious Dave Rose is here. I love you, Dave. Yes, I'll make out with you. Please call back, Dave. Not right now, but give me, like, 15 minutes or 10 more minutes to, like, get into this shit.
Okay, like, apparently Joe Cronin... I'm sorry. I name dropped. Joe Cronin thinks that we're holding his family hostage.
Apparently Joe Cronin...
We're trying to attack his family.
No one ever said that. He's fucking retarded. So, yeah. So, I mean, if somebody attacked JB this way, you know what I mean? It would be like a... I would be like, nah, bro, you literally slandered this guy and said he's a racist and said that that he's committed... what did he say? He said I committed racist attacks or something like that. Some kind of weird shit that made no sense. But yet he's still a moderator on JB's thing, and JB was like, I don't know what you're talking about, and played like he didn't know what the fuck anybody was talking about. All JB had to say was, oh, he was still a moderator by accident, and oh, when I retweeted him, that was, I'm allowed to do that, I guess. I don't know. So, I don't know what to tell you about any of this bullshit, but we'll get into it. We'll get into this shit. What do we got coming up here?
Super chat.
Super chat.
Gook.
Oh, come on, God. Andale peasy. Oh, man. Well, now Coop hates you, too. Well, maybe Coop will like you because you're not me, and it's all just about a double standard, really. You know, maybe that's the case. I don't know. We'll talk about it in a minute. Let's not forget the things Coop said. Poop the comedian said.
Okay, like, apparently Joe Cronin... I'm sorry, I finally name-dropped the person.
Oh.
Joe Cronin thinks that we're holding his family hostage.
No, I don't.
And it thinks that we're trying to attack his family. We're attacking his house and whatever he fucking makes for a wage on YouTube. No, moron. I'm trying to get away from the clickbaiting, racism, homophobia bullshit that's going on. Is down the road and with strike.
This is where he says you're going to get strikes and stuff like that for your homophobia or whatever. Nobody has, but he says that we do.
This freedom of speech shit on social media, that doesn't fucking exist. On social media,
kind of true.
You are given the privilege of having what you want to say, and for people that want to take advantage of freedom of speech with hate crimes, everything like that.
Hate crimes?
Fuck you. That's when I know that all you're doing is...
Anyway, yeah, apparently we've committed hate crimes here on the show in front of our 40% minority listeners. So we went over this already. We don't need to go all over this again. And I said I was surprised, you know, that Bailey had him as a moderator and he was retweeting and things like that. You know, I would look at somebody like that and say, well, that's unacceptable. You're a piece of shit. You're not coming on my show, type of deal. You know, you're definitely not a moderator. I'll make sure to unmod him. But there was Poop the Pisshead in JB's chat saying, JB's great. Go to JB's Patreon. Go to JB's stuff. I love JB. But just in that 1 hour rant of his went on to how mostly Dave Rose and JB are racist homophobes. He goes, you allow those people on your platform is what he kept saying. So mostly he was actually calling my co-hosts racist. And all that stems from them just using foul language or certain language or going over the line with jokes. I went on to explain how, at the very least, all four of us are all guilty of doing it at one point or another. So we should all be, you know, obviously he should have a problem with all of us, but he doesn't because it's a game. To him, it's a ploy to divide. You know, you shit on Ken, you shit on me, you shit on this person, but then you try to stay friends with JB when you weren't friends with him, but then you decided to be friends with him all of a sudden. And that's to divide people because you need some lifeboat to hang on to. You need some remnant of this community to hang on to. So I totally understand your fucking dissent, you psychopathic asshole. But I am going to also talk about some funny shit, which that's kind of funny too, but Okay, so let me explain this. First of all, I figured out, here's the deal with my ear. Let's get into my ear, because this is kind of fucking funny, too. So we're going to get into all that bullshit. We're going to get into the ear shit. We're going to get into it. And all the bullshit's on. I set a goal of $50 down below. I set it to $50 because it cost me $300 total to get looked at over the last 5 days and have a doctor tell me that he really can't do anything, except for they did give me antibiotics, so that did count. So, hey, man, it's a fundraiser. What can you say? But I'll take $50 out of it. If we can hit the $50 goal down below, feel free. If not, don't worry. You don't got to fucking do anything. Just hit the like button, share the video, enjoy yourself, and all that other bullshit. Shout out to all the patrons out there. You guys are funding everything we're doing. My birthday's tomorrow, and I'm hoping that I'm not in pain for my birthday tomorrow. You know, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to do this show right now because the ibuprofen is kicked in. And here, let me explain what I think happened. And I got to give credit to this guy, and I want to give credit to him, and now I got to look him up because I got to find out what his name was, because he alerted me that what my symptoms sounded like was TMJ or something like that. Yes, it was Cade Wallader. Cade Wallader. I don't know how you say your last name. He said, Joe, you might have TMJ. All your symptoms point to that. Relax your jaw. I said, what the fuck is that? But it all makes sense now. Let me explain why. TMJ is something that happens to your jaw when it's misaligned or it becomes very irritated. It can last for several days. It can last for weeks. It can last for years. And basically, sometimes the pain is so bad right here, and it goes in. It actually clogs your ear. It pushes in your eardrum or something, so it clogs. It makes your eardrum feel like it's clogged. So here's what happened. 2.5 weeks ago, I went to the doctor. Oh, no, 2.5 weeks ago, my ears became clogged. 2.5 weeks ago, ears became clogged. They got worse and worse. And I was using, like, mist to drain the ear and stuff like that, and it was working, but then it got worse, and it wouldn't go away. And I said, something's wrong. I got a camera, and I looked in my own ear for $15, and I noticed one ear was vibrant, one was red. I went, this is fucking weird. You guys saw those pictures a couple weeks ago. I went to the doctor. The doctor goes, holy shit, yeah, you got a pretty decent ear infection here, so here's some antibiotics. I take the antibiotics. For about 5 days straight, I'm taking the antibiotics. Things are getting better. Better and better and better. However, during this time, I'm trying to pop my ear because it's so irritating. One of the things I did to pop my ear because it was so irritating was clicking my jaw. I was shaking my head. I was blowing out my nose. I was doing all these things to get this ear to pop. Watch my finger. See my finger? You see that? You hear this, right? Hear that? That's me rubbing the bone up against the bone to click it. To click. To click. That's not cracking. It's sort of like clicking to get this shock noise. I was doing that with my jaw. I was going and like letting it smack. And I was doing that on purpose, and it was relieving the ear pain, right? And I was doing it a lot. And I was chewing gum like crazy. I was putting cold water on gum and biting down on it hard because that was softening the ear up a little bit. Well, one morning I woke up and I felt sore, but the ear pain was almost gone. Everything was gone almost. I almost felt perfect. And I would say that my ears were only 30% clogged. And I was like, oh my God, it's going away. So I did more and more of the jaw slapping and all these other things. By the way, Jabroni Jabber Podcast, thank you for going back to $10 on the VIP on Patreon, buddy. Thanks, man. Really, really, dude, I appreciate you. And so I'm like, all right, this is great. But at some point, towards the end of the night, that night, my jaw started to hurt. My ear went fully clogged. Fully fucking clogged. To where it feels like somebody took a marble and stuffed it through my ear onto the other side of my eardrum. Now, the pain is so bad, I'm waking up at night. Only ibuprofen is sort of keeping it at bay. Like, I'll admit this. I was near crying. I was near tears from the pain. The frustration and the pain. I was near fucking tears because I was just like, it was 3 a.m. I can't go to the ER because it'd be $1,000, and I know that at 7 a.m. the medic posts in the Mayo clinics or whatever the fuck you call them open up in the morning. So I'm like, all right, I just got to make it a few more hours, and I'm holding my face and shivering from the pain and shit like that and shaking from the pain. I've never felt pain like this. This is so bad. I booked the doctor. I go in. I go, hey, I've been on this amoxicillin for 7 days, but I've had the last 2 days, I've had the worst pain like almost ever in my life. And he goes, this doctor's like 60 years old, right? This doctor's like 60. He's got the beard, the fucking hair. This doctor goes, Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad would you say the pain is? And he looks at me. Now, I'm fucking lubed up on drugs. I've had fucking like 17 coffees. I'm a psychopath at this point, right? Like, I am a fucking psychopath. And I just start going, well, you know, I'd have to say that, you know, I've felt pain before, Doc. I mean, I've felt pain before. But you know something? You know, this feels like, this is the worst pain I've ever felt, Doctor. It was like a 9 out of 10. Like, I would say 9 out of 10. Maybe 10 out of 10. It was really fucking bad. Like, before it was like a 6. But now it's like a 9 or a 10. Okay, well, wait a minute. It's, okay, it's not a, oh, well, I guess, it's not a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. All right, that's wrong. Because, I mean, I guess like a 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10 would be like torture or something, right? Like, that's like someone bashing you in the head with a hammer, or like somebody being cut into pieces with a knife, like while they're alive or something. So I would have to say, out of respect to that type of stuff, like, I guess a 7 out of 10. All the while I'm rambling about this, and I forgot like where I was, and the doctor was staring at me, and I look up at him after I get done with this whole rant, and he's looking at me like this. He goes, Jesus. I'm fucking dying now. Now I'm holding my face and I'm like, like doing this shit. And he's like, well, yeah, I mean, that's pretty bad, I guess. And he looks down at his fucking thing and looks back up at me. He kind of looks at me like weird. Dude, I was like, I can't say it's like 9 or 10 because that's like torture. That's like someone being bashed with a hammer, or, you know, like being cut open alive, or, you know, but like I would say before that, like 7 out of 10. If that's a 9 and a 10, then this is like, you know, maybe a 7 out of 10. And he just goes, Jesus. Dude, it was fucking hilarious. Anyway, he looks in my fucking ear. This guy looks in my goddamn ear. Doctor looks in my ear. Imagine that. I wanted to look up his ass and find out if he had 2 dicks. But no, he's looking in my ear, and I'm like, all right, he's looking in my ear. Cool. He goes, well, it's a little red in there, but don't really see any signs of the infection anymore. And I go, well, you don't see any signs of the infection anymore? Well, why the fuck does it feel like my ear is clogged and tight shut? And why am I having the most severe pain of my life? And he's like, you know, that can happen. It's with the pain. You know, I would just say keep taking the pills and make sure you finish the amoxicillin. And I'm like, motherfucker. So I get no answers. I leave. Another $100. And I post my breaking news this morning about Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman being in charge of Raw and SmackDown now. Eric Bischoff coming back to WWE, and Cade sends me this message saying it looks like it might be TMJ. All your symptoms point to the jawbone. And then I remembered clicking my jaw all week and doing that shit, trying to get my ear to come be back. And then I read that TMJ not only misaligns your jaw, but can cause severe pain right in that area, just like a ear infection would. And on top of that, it can clog your ear. And so you need to rest your jaw, you need to kind of massage it, you need to stay away from grinding your teeth. Certainly the clicking I was doing on purpose to my jaw, that was like... So my opinion is, I don't think I necessarily have TMJ, like a severe TMJ. However, I think I created the symptoms of TMJ because of clicking my jaw, which could have worn down, and I could have bone-on-bone type of things going on in here, which would explain it. And the inflammation that's going on in the ear and everything else, I guess, could be there. The only other option that there could be is that on the other side of the eardrum is some kind of a polyp or infection that we don't know about. That could be a possibility too. But the doctor looked in my ear, and not only did he say the ear infection is gone, but your ear is completely clean. There's nothing in your ear whatsoever. But it feels like there's a marble in my fucking ear because it's on the other side, and if this jawbone thing happened, it's pushing on the eardrum. So I got an infection that was real. It was bothersome. I was clicking my jaw over and over again for several days trying to get rid of the pop in the ear. I finally kind of popped the ear a little bit, and then the next day, horrific symptoms developed when I created some kind of issue by popping my jaw. Unrelated to the ear issue, but related because of what I was doing because of the ear issue. That is what I've come to the conclusion of. And I can tell because my jaw isn't moving in 100% alignment with itself. If you feel the sides of the jaw and you slowly go like this, I can feel that this side is not opening as quickly as this side. So something's been fucked up. Anyway, I don't know what else to say. The only other crazy things it could be are like fucking meningitis or like some other shit that I don't know about that I hope it's not, but whatever the fuck. I don't know. Super chat.
Joe, I'm coming for you, Wigger. Harlem Heat.
Casey is raw. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Appreciate that. I guess super chats don't work on the goal down here. I guess only Streamlabs work. So just for FYI for you guys, if you care.
Here we go. About to get it, man. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, I got one more story for you. I know one more good story, and then I'll get to taking calls.
Joe, as a longtime fan and supporter, I do feel you jump to conclusions and bash others on a whim.
Probably.
Before confronting the individuals and situations.
No, I did confront Bailey privately. I did speak to him about it. I said, what's up with this, dude? And he kind of just blew it off. So, anyway, we're going to get into this, though. I think that Bailey had some good points with what he said, but he also was wrong in some ways. But keep this in mind, Goon. And Goon, thank you for the $5. But keep this in mind, Goon. Coop the comedian said these things about us. And especially about me. And then, not only did he tweet Bailey about how great Bailey is, and then go into Bailey's chat and do all these things and then shit on me, but Bailey retweeted his stuff. So, I just feel like it's a contradiction. Like Bailey acts one way on camera with me about Coop sucks. By the way, Bailey came to me a while ago telling me Coop sucks and whatever. But now it's like, oh, he's great, and so like I just find a weird double standard here, so I'm going to call it out, and he wants to defend him, JB wants to defend himself, he certainly can, he should, and I think he was right about a couple things that maybe I got wrong or I was overboard with, no doubt about it, but there's also some things that JB kind of contradicted himself with and sort of didn't look into, he sort of skipped over. I said something, like I said that basically me, him, and Ken and everybody else all kind of make jokes that, let's just say we're all equal. We're all about the same on the type of jokes we make and whatever else. The bottom line is, one of Coop's biggest things was, even if it's a guest that comes on and says something, oh, they're racist and there's no such thing as free speech and all these crazy things. So my point is, like, Bailey always makes himself the victim. He's not the victim. Coop, I'm the victim. We're the victim. Coop is the one attacking us. Coop is the one with the double standard. He is the one saying, oh, Bailey's great, yeah. But saying that I'm a racist, it doesn't make any sense. There's a clear fucking evil bullshit here that's going on. When whether JB has said more things that are horrific or I've said more things that are horrific, jokingly, racially, homophobia-wise, whatever you want to say. Even let's say we're both equal, right? And let's say we're not. The guy was going after even minute stuff, like even guys who just once in a while make a joke. But now he's contradicted himself by saying, "Oh, JB's great," blah blah blah. But like all these other people are racist homophobes, So that is clearly bullshit. You know what I'm saying? All just bullshit. And listen, in the end, all I care about is me at this point, because everybody else everywhere is a fake piece of shit. As far as I'm concerned, most people are fake scumbags. And you know what? Unfortunately, there's things I can't even tell you guys about. There's examples, there's sound clips, there's backstage fights, there's things that I've heard, seen, screenshots, said in private, said in public, things that were released in public that were said behind closed doors, and so much stuff done that at this point my heart is black. I still can't believe the things that I've heard said about me by supposed friends. I still can't believe the things other people do behind my back or around. It's unbelievable. However, if I come forward with any of these things, I would be painted the bad guy somehow. Or I would stir up World War III with all kinds of different people left and right. And I don't want to do that anymore. So, there you go. It's all bullshit. I don't know what Goon you're talking about with Mars. Mars is a clout-chasing fat rhinoceros faggot ass who should be thrown off a fucking building and fed to the wolves. Mars is a guy who supported me for a while, and then when I tried to help him with his channel, Then he ran away to Scott and all those people, and then they all shit on me. I tried to get him to be a co-host on Monetize This, and when the first time I brought Mars on board, everybody and their mother jumped on, "Hey Mars, come on my show, come on my show." And then Mars finally did his own thing bashing me, and nobody gave a shit really, except for a couple of 12-year-olds. And the fact of the matter is the guy is a fake person. The guy is a full-on fake fuck. I don't know what you're talking about as far as what he was on and what channels he's been on, because I don't watch anybody anymore. Because the amount of fake bullshit that I see and I hear, I can't deal with it anymore for the most part. You know what I mean? The guy can't fucking speak. The guy can't hold a show by himself. You know, he might as well be a fucking, like, retarded dinosaur behind a microphone. Okay? So, I was all set with that. I'm all set with that. What do you mean I targeted JB? What does that have to do with anything? I didn't target JB. Literally, Coop the fucking cocksucker was in his chat sucking his balls everywhere. Goon, do you want me to attack that? Do you want me to go after? You want me to go after Ken? Is that what you're saying? Goon, do you want me to go after Ken? Is that what you're saying by this in the chat? Is that what you're saying, Goon? Let me know what you're saying, because I just told you Mars is a scumbag too. I was actually asked to be a rap battle person, a judge last night, and I reached out to Ken to be the judge last night, even though I wasn't feeling good. And he said, "Oh, never mind, I'm all set, man. I got someone to cover for you or whatever." I didn't know it was fucking Fat Rhino Man. But you know what? Last time they did one, he was going to be a judge too the night that I wasn't there either. I ain't going near that fucking thing. Okay, I ain't going near anybody's shit. I ain't going near anybody's stuff. I couldn't give a shit about anything anymore. I just do this show, what I'm doing here, podcasts with JB and those guys and Ken, and we do our corrupted and that type of shit, and I stay out of all the other bullshit. I couldn't give a damn about all these psychopathic assholes sucking on cock. I will not be polite and be like, "Yes, I love you. You're great. Like, come on, let's just be cool." You know, if I understand the game of clout chasing and the game of drama now with all these people. They pick one person to be friends with, and they do that, and they crap on the other people. Everybody trying to divide. Goon, yes, I would say I hate Mars and Coop respectively. However, Goon, I don't hate Mars as much as Coop. Here's why I don't hate Mars as much as Coop, okay? Mars Mira, while being a dildo, never did anything really menacing to me, right? And if he's listening, Mars, I give you that 100%. Coop the comedian said that we were racist homophobes. Mars just facilitated bullshit talk, right? So that being said, facilitating bullshit talk, he's kind of an asshole, I guess, but in the end he just wants to do his own thing, I guess, but not really, since he shows up on other shows here or there. But at least he's just kind of a little weasel, right? At least Mars is just a little well, he's a big weasel, actually. He's a big fucking fat weasel. But at least Mars is just a big fat weasel. You know? Goon, I don't know what you're saying. If a fake retweets you for a plug, would you deny it? I don't know what you're saying. I don't know. I have Coop blocked. Unlike other people, I blocked Coop, Goon, so I don't know what you're saying, because I blocked Coop. And I blocked Mars too. They're both blocked, motherfucker. They're both blocked. I get messages from everybody all the time about, "Did you see what this guy said to me?" I don't know, because I've blocked those people. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yes, so the Coop is worse than Mars, because at least Mars wasn't saying that, like, you know, we're racist homophobes and we deserve to go down because there is no free speech and you don't deserve free speech and you commit hate crimes. No, Mars never said that stuff. That's why I'm not flipping out about Mars being somewhere or not or whatever the case is. Because Mars, he's a little bit of a coward and a little bit of a, like I said, a weird fucking dude. But he's also got a cool side to him that's a relatable dude as well. But it's like fake, like it's weird. But Coop, motherfucker, has said some slanderous bullshit. So that is the reason those two are different, and that is the reason why I'm calling out Coop. And by the way, I already called him out, Goon. I called him out days ago. This thing with Mars just happened apparently last night, although I didn't see it because I don't watch anything else. But apparently that happened last night. Well, I made my video 2 days ago. So what do you want me to go back in time and crap on Mars for something that he hadn't done yet? No. So I did this 2 days ago, Goon. So our timeline doesn't make any sense here, you know? Goon, he can't plug me. Again, he cannot plug me because I've blocked him. And if he did plug me, and if he said JB and Ken were racist, if Coop said JB and Ken were racist and then plugged me, I would say, go plug your mother, you fuck, because you're a piece of shit. You know why? Because I'm real as fuck. I don't just go, oh, okay, I guess I'll just fucking retweet. But anyway. And once again, the thing that you're talking about with Mars, I don't even know because I didn't listen to it, so I don't know what happened. But number two, again, the stuff with Coop happened 2 days before that, or actually weeks before that. So I spent weeks stewing on it and then went off on a rant about it. You know, the stuff with Mars, I don't care. I already know that Mars is a fake person. Just like I knew Young was a fake person, and Scott was a fake person, and Tiffany was a fake person. But everybody else, they were like, Joe, you're a dickhead. You're an asshole, Joe. They're not dickheads. You have a problem with people. Nope, I do. I have a problem with people who are scumbags, and I call it out. And if I call it out and you want to get mad at me, but then once other people start falling in line and realizing that they're scumbags as well, suddenly... maybe now it's okay to hate those people. I knew it from the beginning because it happened to me. Because I'm not mean to people unless they do something fucked up to me. Kenny Bolin! Remember Kenny Bolin? And everybody would be like, oh, look at all the problems Joe's had with everybody. Okay, but I have an explanation. An easy one. Kenny Bolin got upset that it took 2 weeks for iTunes to put up an episode. It finally went up. But by then, Kenny Bolin went on a rant on someone else's show saying I was fired. Then Kenny Bolin went on another rant saying that I purchased front row tickets at WWE. Then I had to come out and say, WWE gave me the tickets, Kenny Bolin. You lied about me. And then he got in a fight with me. Then his son claimed that I was a Republican and all Republicans should be killed. And then I said, I'm not a Republican, but all Republicans should be killed is a horrible thing to say. It's weird. And I said, I know if you're joking, that's funny, I guess. He's like, no, I'm not joking. I'm like, all right. And so then I got in a fight with them. Again, all for being real. Kenny Bolin turned his back on me randomly, all because iTunes didn't work the way that we wanted it to for a second. And he flipped the fuck out. You can go listen to it. It's all documented. Then he made up a bunch of shit about me. So when you make up a bunch of shit about me and literally slander me and say that, oh, you know, he took the donation money he gets and bought front row tickets. But then I hold up the WWE ticket that says comp, $0 comp. And if I really had to show you the fucking, my message, dude, it went so far, I had to reach out to WWE and say, listen, because he was threatening something on me. Now, we're cool now, by the way. I'm fine with Kenny Bolin now. Me and Kenny are cool. Everything's good. But it went so far that I had to go get my DMs and emails from Triple H and from Road Dogg and other things. And I had it all ready to go because he was saying I was taking money from donations to buy a front row ticket, which is fucking crazy. The donation money goes to my house, my life, my living, my food, my water, my kids' diapers. And you're telling people that I'm buying front row tickets at WWE with that money. That's fucking wrong. That's fucked up slander. And this is all from him. I didn't remember. I did not do anything to him yet. The only thing I had done is try to put up the episode with him and Rico and me, and the episode with me and Cornette and him on iTunes. And because the episode number 2 wouldn't go up on iTunes, it took 2 weeks for it to go up because iTunes had some kind of problem. I called out Kenny Bolin and said, I can prove everything you're saying wrong. Dave Rose style. 100%. I've got the documents, everything. Anyway, so then people looked at that like, oh, he burned another bridge. And it's like, no, I did not burn another bridge. I stuck up for myself. Just like Jesse the Body Ventura had to stick up for himself when he was slandered in a book because a Navy SEAL, wrote about Jesse the Body Ventura. And he looked bad because he had to sue the publisher, but they claimed that he sued the family, which he, of course, didn't. He sued the publisher. JD from New York said that we would have a show on his channel and then on my channel and then on his channel and then on my channel. However, 89% of the shows took place on my channel, thus exposing my listeners to him more. Now, he had way more listeners at the time, so I did get a lot of his listeners. However, if the show had been on my channel than his channel, my channel, his channel, I would have gained a lot more subscribers. It would have been more fair that way, I would think, since that's what we agreed upon when going into a podcast with each other. After JD not coming through with that promise on at least 30 episodes of Out of Nowhere, he would then go on to no-show the show. He would also go on to not respond to my texts. Hey, JD, where are you? The show's starting. JD, where are you? Are you not coming on Out of Nowhere? Are we not doing this? No response. But then he tweets out an hour later into the show, listen, I'm just not feeling good today. If I don't want to be on a stupid show, I don't need to be on a show. Now you left me hanging, and you couldn't even say, Joe, I can't go tonight. Good luck. That's all you had to do. Joe, I'm not feeling good tonight. I'm not doing it, man. If you do it without me if you'd like. Okay, JD, no problem. That would have been fine. Or, hey, I'm sick. Can't be there. Okay, no problem. Guess what? Connor from OKFabe does it 50% of the time every week because he's got a job and a family to take care of. And Jake, sometimes he's sick and I'm sick, but most of the time Jake's there. So after all of this building up for a year, I finally took a shot at him and said, you know what? You're kind of a pussy. You're kind of an asshole. And then now he fights back, and now there's a big fight, and now it's, oh, Joe burns a bridge again. No, it's Joe keeping it fucking real as fuck. That's what it is. Oh, Minnesota Vikings fan creates a show called Real as Fuck TV. Wow, Minnesota, where'd you get that name from? I didn't take it from you. Joe invents everything. Joe invents everything. Well, you listened to my show, and we did the Real as Fuck thing, and you're saying that has nothing to do with it. All you had to say was, Joe, I loved your Real as Fuck thing. I hope you don't mind. I want to turn it into my podcast name. I'd be like, well, that's fucking cool. I guess cool. But no, to say like, oh, it has nothing to do with Joe. That has nothing to do with you. Well, first of all, I don't really care anyway, because about 9 people are going to watch it, and whatever else, I don't care. I'm actually happy, like, it inspired the name, like, that's cool. But I don't know what about you is real as fuck, I don't know. But then it's all, oh, Joe is fucking, oh my god, he just thinks he invented everything. But that being said, this is called Meant to Offend, motherfucker. And if I offend you, fuck you. Because I am keeping it real as fuck. That's what I like to do. Now, am I right? Does that mean I'm right all the time? No. Does that mean I'm not at fault sometimes? Yes. I'm definitely at fault sometimes. However, when I go behind the scenes and try to talk with you over and over and over and over again, and you bullshit me, eventually I'm going to come out and call you out. That's what happened with JD. You like I know Goon's in the chat saying all this stuff. It wasn't like JD did 1 and 2 things and then I just went off in a video. I brought this to him off the air several times when he missed other shows. He'd missed shows before this. He missed several shows, and I said, dude, can you just text me when you're not going to be here, or text me earlier, like before the show starts? I'm sitting here waiting to start a show. There's like 800 people waiting, and we start the show without you. And then everybody's like, where is he? What's going on? And I go, I don't know. Can you just send me a text? Not going to be there. Don't feel it tonight. You could even text me, fuck you, Joe, and I'd be like, okay, at least he's not coming. But that happened several times, and behind the scenes, I said, dude, come on. What type of thing? Why would you not tell me at least what's going on? Now, if there's an emergency and you're missing, that happens. If you fall asleep or something, that happens. But to tell me, it just didn't feel like it. 2 hours later? What the fuck? So after about 6 or 7 of those times, I finally took it public. So this shit doesn't just snap out of thin air. Did I see... anyway, I'm done with the ranting. Anyway, so I told you my doctor story earlier, which I think you guys liked. But real quick, let me play a donation because I need to pay the doctor bill, motherfucker.
Smoke weed every day.
NickY J.
DA Weed God is here, fuck all you pussy as motherfuckers that give you bullshit. JoJo is God and is the leader of the JCS army. Fuck Pride Month, heel Trump, love you Joe.
Oh my god. Well listen, I don't have a problem with Pride Month at all, but I just don't think it should be a month, it should be a day. It should be Pride Day, there you go. I'll even take Pride Week. I'll take Gay Pride Week or LGBTQ Week, whatever. But a month, get the fuck out of here. Nothing needs to be a month, nothing. NickY J, thank you, man, for the 420. Smoke up, motherfuckers. I wish I had some smoke right now. Now, I bought some weed. I thought I bought weed the other day at the corner store. I was like, oh, my God, $5 for some weed? Cool. And then I got in the car and I saw no THC. It was like clean weed, like, what do you call it? DCMA, DCDMC. Fucking, I don't know what this shit's called. I'm not a weed person. But I got in the car and I was like, oh, fucking god damn it. This ain't weed. I might as well fucking stick this up my ass. Anyway... and I would encourage anybody who comes in on this video late to go back to the beginning and watch this whole show. But so I go to the Japanese restaurant up the street. Sometimes we go to the Japanese restaurant, we have them delivered to our house, right? Sometimes we have them delivered to our house. I go into the... Oh, God, I can't tell you this story, can I? Fuck. I can't tell you this story. Fuck. I'm so pissed off right now. I want to tell you this story so bad and I can't do it. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Fuck. I can't tell you because... I can't tell you the story because it literally involves the name of my street. Fuck. Oh god damn, it's funny as fuck too. Oh my god. Well, I guess you'll just have to stick with the doctor story. I mean, dude, this doctor was fucking fucked up. I'm like, dude, now the pain's not like a 9 out of 10 or an 8 out of 10. That would be like if you were being chopped in half or cut by somebody while you're alive or burnt alive or had someone smashing your skull open with a hammer. It'd be like that. So I'd have to go, with out of respect to those people, 7 out of 10. And, dude, the doctor looked at me. He was like, Jesus. He said it just like some 60-year-old guy in a movie, too. He was like, Jesus. It's fucking great. But I can't tell my fucking god damn it. The whole punchline is the name of the street and everything and the way the Japanese accent. Oh man. Okay, I guess I could retell it with a different street name. So like I go into the Japanese restaurant and we order, every once in a while we order delivery. Now they don't really deliver. This place doesn't deliver. So when I walked in and the lady and the guy were standing there and I was like, oh, I just came in to get a menu. I've never been in here before. I order every once in a while from my house. And they were like, oh, yes. And now let's say that my street address is Wrangler Drive. Wrangler Drive. The fucking guy goes, oh, yes, you order Wanker Drive. And I was like, and I grabbed the menu as he went, Wanker Drive. And I pulled the menu back and I looked at him and I went, yeah, that's me, man. And I just fucking went like that. And he went, oh, you want another menu? You order now? And I was like, no, I'm not ordering now, man. I just wanted the menu, He's like, oh, dude, good to see you. Good to finally see you. And I'm like, yeah, man, it's good to I'm like, hey, man, it's good to see the place finally. I love you guys. He goes, hi. He calls the lady over next to him and goes, that's a guy who ordered from Wanker Drive. I'm fucking dying. I fucking left and was fucking roaring in the car, man. But, yeah. I guess the joke works if you change the name of the street, but I'm telling you, the name of my street is way funnier. It's like fucking hilarious if I could tell you the real name, but I can't because people are scumbags. But if people weren't scumbags, I could tell you that joke. Shout out to Edsview in the chat. Edsview doesn't sound like that guy. Edsview actually can speak English better than that guy. The guy's lived here for a long time. Yeah, domo. Ohayou gozaimasu. Arigato, ohayou gozaimasu, domo, I don't know, fucking all that shit. It's all friendly greetings, I guess. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm winding down here. Let me play. Is there anything left here?
Super Chat.
My fucking jaw is starting to hurt a little bit.
You said, lubed up on drugs. Face with tears of joy rolling on the floor laughing, I died.
Will Tactics, thank you, man. I am going to play JB's response to me in a minute, and then I'll explain what I think is wrong about it. If I can find my rant here. Let me see if I can find it.
Like, God, Denise is and everybody else all have the same amount of humor.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, okay, so I got it queued up. All right, there we go. Will Tactics, thank you, Will Tactics. I appreciate that. We're trying to get to the goal of $50. That will cover half of my doctor visit today. Actually, with Super Chats, we're kind of getting there. It's just Super Chats don't show up on the bar. I don't know. It's bullshit, though. CBD, Andale Peasy, thank you. That's what I'm looking for. Apparently, it does work for medical reasons still and for anxiety and shit like that.
Super Chat.
Joe, do you want to plan any hate crimes with me? Question mark.
Yeah, let's go plan some. Let's get the whites first, though, so that it's not like, it doesn't seem like we're,
Super Chat. Super Chat.
Hashtag free JB.
Alan Douglas. I did see you talk shit about me on his thing, Alan, so I'm aware. Thank you for the super chat, though. There's nothing wrong with JB. JB's still good. I mean, me and him are good, I believe. I'm just sort of responding to some things. And Dave Rose, give me another 5 minutes because I'm going to play some of this, and I don't think you're going to be able to hear it if I play it. So I can understand his frustration with Dave Rose calling in and being upset. And I'll admit I don't know the full story about him. Like, he made some points about Dave Rose in his website from before that, Dave Rose has written hit pieces on him before and he didn't do anything. So if I was wrong about that, then I do apologize and take that back on JB. I honestly don't know the history of anything because he's right, I don't read anything over there. Because I don't read. Like, that's the whole thing. It's not... JB's always like, he's hated the website forever. He attacks the website. Oh, God, he hates the website. Oh. Guess what, bro? I don't read. I don't read anyone's website except for wrestling news because that's all I have to read wrestling news. By the way, who the fuck is at the top here? I think it's Goon. Goon, thank you, man, too, by the way, Goon. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you challenging me on some things, too, Goon. At least Goon, was wondering about a double standard. I don't think he was right. Although I think Goon was right. But at the same time, I don't think he was. I think he was I think he was right, but I have a reason why I obviously haven't gone after the other guy. And if you think JB gets mad, if I went after that one, I'd really hear about it. So maybe that's part of it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's because Goon didn't call us all racists, So put the Goon up here on the top spot. Thank you, Goon. I appreciate it, man.
Super Chat. Super Chat.
Dim Sum W Ankied Wife.
Oh, Johnny Ray Sinister. What up, dude? Dim Sum with Hanky Dwive. Thank you very much, Johnny Ray Sinister, for the super chat party. All right, I'm going to hold these for a minute. I'm going to play some of the response. So again, this is what we heard what Coop said. Everybody's heard it. Everybody's heard what Poopy Pants has said by now.
Okay,
right?
Like apparently Joe Cronin.
Dude, that's the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard. I've never heard somebody like you're 50 minutes into a rant where you keep saying someone and this person, and then 50 minutes in you go, Joe Cronin, I finally name dropped him. No,
moron. I'm trying to get away from the clickbaiting, racism, homophobia bullshit that's going on.
What's the clickbaiting, racism, homophobia? Is there clickbaiting racism, homophobia going on our channels that I don't know about? Clickbaiting, racism, homophobia, hate crimes, free speech isn't free, it's hate speech. This guy is on some kind of narcotics that I don't think we're fully aware of. Anyway, let's hear some of JB's response, which is going to be gold.
50-gram protein. At least you're going to be able to shoot a load towards the end of the show. I'm surprised I can still do that.
I love JB's cock. By the way, I do love JB. I like seriously, like this is like me and him are having some fun right now. I do want everybody to realize that. Nobody should be saying like fuck Joe or fuck JB or anything like that. Me and JB are literally just, because we're literally just popping shots at each other, like, and I think a friendly way. I think it's friendly. I think what we're doing is friendly here. You know what I mean? I'm dead serious about that. I love JB. I love him, and I'm probably the bigger dickhead than him. I'll say that I'm the bigger dickhead, but we're popping back at each other, and I think it's fun. I guess. I mean, it's not fun, but it's fun. You know? I think I have a legitimate reason to say this, and I think he has a legitimate reason of what he said. But now we got to filter. It's like a filter. We're filtering through to get to the truth here. So I went on my rant the other day, and now he went on his.
Dave Rose, Joe Cronin. Lots and lots of feelings. People that I'm surprised I can still do that to. Joe Cronin, Dave Rose. So, there's a lot to talk about. Not as much Dave as more as it is Joe. I got some clips here this morning that we're going to be going over.
That's the most ominous thing right there when he goes, I got some clips that we're going to be going over. I got some clips.
It's not just going to be a Bliss Thursday. It's going to end on a high note with the Bliss Thursday.
You know what I like? When JB has his intros, and all JB's intros are his voice in slow motion. You're listening to JB. Hashtag unprofessional.
I'm going to take this call. I think it's Vito.
What up, Vito? V2 of Doom.
I think it's Vito. 414. Is this Vito?
Yeah, this is Minnesota, Real as Fuck TV.
Hey, what's going on,
Hey,
Minnesota?
it's Minnesota, everybody.
I want...
What's up, JB? It's Vito.
Let's skip the Minnesota call.
Because I've got a lot to say. I was in a good mood. I was in a rather good mood last night, and I had heard that Joe kind of went off on me on his Q&A, and I went and listened to it a little bit, and I heard some clips from it. Or not clips. I went to the video and found some certain parts. I was like, oh, that's not that bad. And well, I messaged Joe, and I was like, hey, you know, what's the deal? Like, he's upset over this Coop the Comedian situation, the fact that he's a fucking moderator. I guess I'll just go ahead and get into it. Whatever. Might as well. Before we get into it, make sure to check out jbsportsradio.com. A lot of blogs going over there, despite what other people are saying. A lot of activity. The new Facebook page is also available now, and that is on my Twitter. If you want to go give that a like, that would be great. And, of course, follow us on Twitter at JB Sports Radio and Instagram, JB Sports Radio. Everything relaunched, well, except for the Twitter. But the Facebook and the Instagram are brand new. Because the Instagram was JB Radio Shows, and that's back when it was JB Radio, and so was the Facebook page. So
Jesus
Christ. I'm going to make this a legitimate thing here. I need to make sure everything...
Jesus Christ. JB, can you fucking... My Christ, get to the point. Get to the fucking point. What's his website? jbradio.com or something like that? I don't know. Just plug his website. I don't mind. Let's plug the shit out of it. I don't hate his website. I just don't like blogs.
I want to get to this this Cronin clip because I talked to him last night. Of course, he didn't sound that mad, but of course that's what Joe does. Joe's like, "Oh, I'm not that mad about it. I'm not that mad at all about it." And then I hear his rant that he did on me 2 days ago, which is basically like a day.
I really wasn't. I'm really not that mad about it, to be honest. I really am not. It was just so funny and ridiculous that I had to speak about it. Maybe I was mad. I don't know. Maybe I came off mad. I don't know. But in the end, it's not a big deal. But I figured he would hear it. I'm surprised that he didn't hear it right away.
Ago, because it happened on Tuesday. So I guess that basically...
By the way, this is how we communicate now. You do a show, and then I respond, and this is how we communicate now.
is 2 days, but it's not really because it's very early in the morning. So I would like to be able to speak my thoughts on this because everybody thinks that me and Coop are just fucking sucking each other's dick every day.
By the way, you know, I'm also making sure that the people hear your side of things, JB. I have your, you know, shit that you, I'm sure, don't mind if I play. And I'm making sure that people do hear your side of things. Here.
I haven't talked to Coop in I don't know how long. Okay? As a matter of fact, I haven't talked to Coop since the night he made that fucking rant video about everybody. Now, he says he didn't include me in that, but I'm one of Joe's co-hosts, and you said all of his co-hosts are fucking racist, or they like racist and hate speech, and they're homophobic and all this. And then, you know, listen, I just want to play the clip. It'll help me. It'll help guide me along the tracks here. I have tons of shit to say. I was in a good mood. I was like, yes, today's great. I'll cover baseball for 20 minutes. Then we'll spend the last 35 going over awesome, delicious pictures of Alexa Bliss, and we'll crown another champion.
A weird fucking thing.
And then I went back to the Joe Q&A thing just to listen to it. I always like listening to something else, but like not even music. Sometimes I'll listen to music. But today I wanted to go and I wanted to listen to this fucking Q&A. You know, I was like, I'll listen to... I finally got to the portion that I think everybody was talking about. And I was baffled. Immediately I was pissed off. I mean, this is what Joe does. He called me, you know, a fucking hypocrite and a dumbass, and he thinks I'm in bed with Coop. He's mad because I didn't respond back to his message about Coop. I saw it. I was also laying in bed, and Ken can tell you this. I'm surprised Joe still doesn't know this, but this is what Joe does. He tries to put a fucking certain view out there for his fans, and then those fans in return, anyway. Needless to say, I have a lot to say about this. Everything's just...
I don't know what he's talking about. Then he tries to gang up on me with Ken or something like that. You should hear the shit that JB said about Ken, but he won't say it to Ken's face, but then let me take the fucking fall. But anyway, you know, when something goes wrong on JB's side of things, he messages you right away and asks you about it. And I usually get back to him about it. And, you know, we could show all the messages that we've ever sent on Facebook to each other. When I ask him about something like Coop or whatever, he doesn't respond to me. And when a day goes by, I go, all right, well. But then he messages me about something completely different. And I'm like, well, what happened to the thing that I asked you about yesterday? So, you know, yeah, I'm sorry. If you look at the messages, I asked you about it, and you didn't answer me. So I'm left to my own devices at that point. Hey, what's up with Coop as a moderator? He's in there talking shit about me. He's your mod. He's promoting you. But I thought he hated us, and he's shitting on me, but now he's not going to shit on you. Is there something going on here that I should know about? No response from him. And it wasn't that second. It wasn't for a day. It wasn't for more than a day. And then I do that. Now, if you had answered me and said, I didn't realize he was a mod, or there's nothing really going on, I guess he's just decided to promote me now, I don't understand it. I'd be like, okay, I get it. Whatever. But the bottom line is, I had no fucking idea. I have no idea what to think about anything. All I have to go on is that retweeted him, he tweeted you, he's a mod, he's saying all this stuff, but the other day he was saying that I was a racist who committed acts of fucking homophobia and racism and hate crimes or something. And also on top of that, he's gone out of his way to say my co-hosts are racists and we allow them onto the show. So I'm left to my own devices to come up with what in the fuck is going on, since you didn't respond to me when I asked you about it. You literally are admitting that right now, that you didn't answer me about it. Then he drags Ken into it for some reason. He drags Ken into it, which I try not to do anymore. Drag people into it that don't have anything to do with it.
Kind of like there's so many like messages going on in my brain right now, I cannot convey them one at a time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play his rant on me from his Q&A, and then I will comment as we go along, because I think it's bullshit, for one. Like, it's all bullshit. And I can't wait to speak my mind on it, because it's going to make both of those guys look fucking stupid.
Well, JB's about to make himself look stupid in a minute.
You know, like I don't really have a problem with Dave. I really don't. I felt like I ended it respectfully with me. He's got this like notion that I'm some high and mighty, bend the knee to me. like, if that was the case, like, ask fucking Drew. Ask DMOON. DMOON's been with me almost since the beginning of 2018. I never have this holier-than-thou attitude. This is something, like, Dave, it almost seems like he's bitter, and he came on the Joe show. As soon as he found out that Joe...
I will agree with the Dave Rose thing. Like, he, you know, because Dave Rose comes on the show out of nowhere at the end of the show, and then he, like, you know, then we get into it about what happened with the website. So the one thing that I'd retract from my rant on JB is any of the Dave Rose talk. I really don't know 100% what went on with that. Well, we'll hear from Dave later, maybe, in a little while. So that's the one thing that I don't know. I don't know how many times he's written a hit piece on JB, or they've been friends and hated each other. I have no idea. So I did say some things there that JB clarified here that when I heard, I went, oh, I didn't know that, or, you know, no, we'd have to ask Dave. So either way, I'm kind of on the outs on that one. I don't 100% know about that. All I know about is my situation here with Coop here or whatever.
Brought up something about Coop. It wouldn't have anything to do with me at the time. About JB and with the Coop, the comedian, being a moderator. So, yeah.
What the fuck is he doing there?
Coop he was a moderator, but I got rid of him because I had no idea that was going to cause that much fucking controversy. Because to be honest with you, I forgot he was a moderator until he was in here the other day. He's been a moderator since he started at JB Sports Radio. And he was always in the chat, but he still remained a moderator.
That's all you had to say. See, that's all he had to say in a Facebook message to me. Like, what do you mean, dude? He's been a mod in my chat for a while. But it's like JB doesn't know. Like, JB was literally here when we played Coop the Comedian, telling people that everybody on my show is a racist homophobe, and that I'm a racist homophobe, and that I'm a scumbag who deserved to be flagged down because free speech is hate speech. And everybody heard that. And you're sitting there like, oh, I didn't know he was a mod or whatever. Well, it's kind of weird. But what's weird is JB is really less at fault than anyone. The person here that's the most ridiculous is Coop, who says all these things, but then says JB's great. JB's great. All those jokes that he told about gay people and stuff, that's okay, but Joe's a homophobe. It's like, clearly there's bullshit here. Because again, like I said in my video the other day, you know, at the very least, you could admit that we've all said stuff that's out there, right? All of us have said stuff. And you could put us all on an equal playing field. So for anybody to say one of us is away and the rest aren't is kind of retarded. You know, we're all about the same with whatever. At least I think. I think, I think I've said... Like, in a little while, JB's going to go on a rant about fag and how I say it more than him or something like that. I would say that I do say it more than him. I say that word more than him, but I would say that his jokes about gays have gone further over the line than mine. Now, that's okay. We've both... I think we're equal in the way that I say it more and that he comes up with better jokes about it. So... I would say that we're, at the very least, we're equal. We're on equal playing field with the same type of humor that can go over the line, but we don't have any problem with any gay people or anything like that. In fact, we're like pro-gay, you know? But for Coop to say one guy is great, awesome, check out his stuff, he's so good, and then to say about the other guy that, oh, he's a crazy, racist, homophobe who commits hate crimes. So to me, that's bullshit. That's a bullshit fake person. And the guy goes on a 1-hour rant about it, on top of everything. So then I see him in JB's chat saying, JB, yeah. So then I message JB and say, dude, what is up with him? He's like a mod in your chat? Like, are you cool with him? What's going on? No response. No response. For a while. Okay. Well, then I went on my rant about I don't know what the fuck's going on. If you said to me, oh, I forgot he was a mod, I guess he was in there doing whatever. And then I said, well, dude, he's in there trying to piss me off, clearly, because he's taunting me in your chat as a mod. And then you could either say, well, Joe, I don't care if he's taunting you and he's my mod. I'm cool with him again. So I don't care, Joe, piss off. Okay. Or you could have said, oh, God, I didn't know he was a mod still. After all that shit he said, he's in there doing that? Yeah. Well, I'm going to unmod him as soon as I get the chance. Oh, okay, well, yeah, I just was wondering what the hell's going on. Then I wouldn't have gone on my rant about the whole fucking thing. which is just a little innocent, fun rant.
I just realized that microphone was like blocking my face for like the first 10 minutes or whatever long we've been on.
By the way, JB has one of the best cocks in the community. If you've ever seen JB's cock, I mean, because like he sent some shit pics before and accidentally got some dick on cam. My God, man, this guy's cock.
I want to slap the fucking black off his face.
Oh shit!
Raise that bar, bitches.
What are you doing, Connor from OKFabe? YouTube.com/OKFaber. YouTube.com/OKFabe. No drama there. OKFabe, thank you for the $20, man. What are you doing? My co-host is giving me money. I should be giving him money, but he's giving me money. OKFabe, thank you so much, bro. $29, man. We're almost to 50 now. Thanks to Connor, man. Appreciate that. We will take phone calls in a few minutes. I'm almost there.
But he was a moderator.
Super chat.
Plain and simple.
Super chat.
Okay? And I love you and JB.
Don't break up again.
Oh, we're not breaking up. 100%. Glorious Eugene. Thank you for the $2, Glorious. Thanks for the $2. Glorious. We're not breaking up. I love JB. I'll take more of the fault for this than JB. I'll come out and tell you. I will take more of the fault for this. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm having some fun. I think JB had to speak up for himself, and I'm speaking back now. There's no problem. I love JB. We'll talk about this probably in Facebook later when he hears this. But I love JB. We're not breaking up. Everything's good. We're just having a little content fight. It's fun.
Explain. I'm not.
Now, if he may try to spin it and be like, "Oh yeah, it's real fun, Joe. Yeah, it's real fun." Now he may try to spin that and be like, "Oh yeah, Joe thinks it's fun when friends fight or blah blah blah." Yeah, sure. I mean, like that maybe is he may go to that. If he goes to that, then that's pathetic. But I believe that JB will tell you, listen, I'm not happy. I had to defend myself, and Joe said stuff I don't agree with. You know, we had a little fucking YouTube thing. Whatever, let's move on. I feel like JB will say that. But if he does go the route of like, oh, you know, that's how sick Joe is. He thinks it's funny to bring it on air and everything. Well, it was already brought on air the minute Coop was your moderator, and then you couldn't tell me anything about that. So, as far as I'm concerned. And there's nothing malicious going on here with him or me. So, it should be okay, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Not in cahoots with this guy. We're not friends. Oh, he retweeted something the Coop said the other day. He said something nice about me. I retweeted it. What am I supposed to do?
Here's the thing. The guy said something nice about him because he's trying to piss me off. He's trying to piss us off. Because he literally, like Coop the comedian, said that I'm a racist homophobe and that my co-hosts are racist homophobes. Well, you know, Dave Rose, me, and JB have all said equal amounts of things. So for him to then retweet you and say, love you, you don't smell a rat with that? I do. This is exactly what he wanted to happen. I smell a giant fucking rat. What a fucking piece of shit.
It just like fucking reply back, oh, hey, scumbag, now you like me? That's Joe. I'll let Joe take care of that fucking part of the field, okay?
Yeah, that is me. Because when you do so here's the thing. So JB has no problem with a guy calling him racist and calling me a racist and saying we commit hate crimes. So when a guy says that we commit hate crimes and are racist and my co-hosts are racist and everybody's just leeching off me and he says all this stuff about him, about JB and me, when he then the next day or something says something nice on Twitter, you just go, oh, hey, man, awesome, love you. How come you didn't make a rant video on him? How come you didn't spend 15 minutes on how he's a asshole? How come when I bring this up, there's a 15-minute rant on me? So if I tweet JB right now and say, hey, listen, JB, I love you, man. Everything's great. This is awesome. You're the shit. I guarantee you JB would not retweet that, and he would be like, you know, or something like that. So why would you not go after Coop when you're going after what I said? So you don't want to refute all the things Coop said about me, Ken, and you, but you want to you want to retweet the guy instead, and you want to refute the things that I said? I'm a little fucking confused. I'm just a little confused. Coop the comedian said we commit hate crimes. JB says nothing about it. In fact, he retweets the guy then. I say something about this being bullshit, and JB does a 15-minute video on me.
Okay? I'll let him do that. I'm sick and tired of this drama shit 24/7. I really am.
Me too.
And that being said, here I am talking about drama. Oh, he's a hypocrite again. Oh, he's a hypocrite. He's talking about drama.
You are.
I'm going to address the shit you brought up.
You know, I'm sick of it too, but once again, Joe Cronin didn't start it. I got a news flash for you, you fucking hick piece of shit. Coop the comedian started it. I didn't say shit about Coop the comedian other than he's awesome, check out his channel. You find me the time I talk shit about him before he went on his rant, and I will suck your dick and I'll fuck my own dog, alright? That won't happen. I said fucking nothing about this guy, and he goes on a rant for 1 hour about how I'm a piece of shit. Blocks me from his Patreon. Blocks you from his Patreon. Says that we're racist homophobes who deserve to be flagged and strike down. And hate speech is free speech. And then you don't rant about that. You don't mention anything about that. Because he then becomes a patron of yours again and lets you be a patron of his again, but keeps me cut off. Because he realizes, oh, he's cut off me and Ken. Well, he can't cut off all three, or he's got no friends anymore that really mean a shit. So he stays friends with you to piss everybody else off. Clear as day. So I did not start the drama. I was the one who was slandered. Everybody realizes that I'm the one that was slandered. By the way, my jaw does fucking hurt right now. It's starting to... I gotta really stop talking. I gotta end the stream soon. But anyway, so I'm slandered, so I responded. You know, so let's not pretend that I started this shit. I'm just observing what the fuck is going on, and I think it's horse shit.
Up about me, okay? So let's just play the fucking clip here before I give away all my content.
Yo, Coop the comedian has something to say.
Play your fucking clips.
Go ahead, play him, JB.
Play your fucking clips. Play your fucking clips.
What's up, Coop?
Okay, like, apparently Joe Cronin... I'm sorry, I finally name-dropped the person. Cronin...
I'm sorry, Joe Cronin. Yo, Dave Rose, what up, buddy?
How's it going, Joe?
Did you happen to hear my Patreon Morning Madness this morning?
No, I did not.
It was savage.
Yeah, I heard.
That's another thing. I didn't listen to that show, so it's hard telling what he said behind the paywall about me. I don't know if he did. I'm just assuming. I mean, he's referencing it right after this, so...
You heard? Who'd you hear from?
From your Twitter account.
Oh man,
I might not be on Twitter, but I can still at least read tweets.
Well, dude, I was hoping honestly that you were gonna say like everyone's talking. I was messaging me. I would have been like, "Fuck yeah, that's hilarious." But it's too bad. That's not what happened. Yeah, I went on a rant because basically, you know how Coop said like, "Oh, you know, fuck free speech. There's no such thing. You're just hate speech and you're racist and homophobic, and you know, you don't get to speak freely. You don't get to." Commit hate crimes.
I was a little concerned when I saw that JB not only had him on his show or had him there as a mod, but even tweeted out his whatever that you want to call that tweet.
Oh no!
To me, that was like a desperate attempt to get support back for what he did.
Oh no!
Yes.
And to overlook the claims that he made which were not only outrageous, but they were slanderous.
That's exactly what he's doing. He's trying to get one guy on his side. That's clearly as day what's happening here.
Dude,
what I think is unacceptable.
And JB doesn't understand that he's being used. Or maybe he does. I don't know.
What is JB doing?
To know what
am I doing?
What I'm wondering.
Specifically.
What am I doing? I'm out of my mind, people. Can you guys believe this? JB's out of his mind. What's he doing over there? Oh my god.
Looks like JLOL.
Dude, I think JB, I need to know what...
Apparently JB pretends or doesn't know that Coop called us all homophobes and racists and all this other bullshit for an hour. I mean, there's an hour rant on us. Especially me. Mostly on me, though.
What the penis dance looks like. I may show you it in a few minutes, Ed's View. You stick around, Ed's View, and I may show you what the penis dance looks like. By the way, Big Matt is our current donation champion. Ed's View, you're a beast, Ed's View. Thank you so much, Ed's View. Ed's View.
Ed's View.
Konnichiwa. Ohayou gozaimasu.
Ed's View is a good guy.
Arigato. Go fucking. So, domo. Yeah, so here's the thing. You know, JB, and by the way, I messaged him about this. He has not responded to me. I said, so it's okay to make this guy a mod? So the guy with the most racial humor, the guy that actually gets called racist and homophobic, JB, for saying fag every second.
Yeah, I say fag every second. Who in every single one of their rants says the word faggot 1,000 times? Like, seriously, how...
Now JB gets all offended by this. Listen, it doesn't even matter who says fag more. And I think I do say more. I sort of spoke wrong. I think I have said fag more than JB, but JB has gone more over the line with some of his humor. Recently, Drew has actually gone more over the line than anything when he was over here with whatever he said. But the bottom line is, it doesn't matter who's more whatever. The bottom line is, we've all said these things. To pick one of us is hypocritical. But I do agree with JB here. I think JB's right. I think I have said fag more than JB. I think he's just come off more horrific at times. And that's, you know, when people tell me, like, people come to me and say, Joe, you went so over the line, I'm leaving or whatever. And I go, okay, see you later. People come to me and they say, JB went over the line, I don't like listening to him, I'm out of here. I'm like, okay, see you later. You know, I defend me, JB, and everybody I have to defend. If someone doesn't like it, I appreciate what you said. If I disagree with them, I just say, well, I disagree with you. I'm just going to do my show the way I do it, but I hear what you're saying.
How often have I said faggot on this show? Not often. But apparently I say it every second, according to Joe. I'm the biggest homophobe. I'm the biggest racist. I've said 1,000 times. Yes, I do push the envelope sometimes with the racial humor.
Now, JB skipped the first 40 minutes of my rant from the other day, and he went right into the victim role playing. But if you actually listen to the beginning of my rant from my show the other day, you would hear that I said, at the very least, we're all equal. You know, at the very least you could say we're all basically equal.
Percent of the audience is a minority, you dumb fuck. It's like stupid. And listen, I think me and JB and everybody else all have the same amount of humor where we say things that are a little bit over the line. And, you know, if you're going to call one person out and then all of a sudden say the other person's okay, I mean, you're out of your mind. You're just trying to divide people, and I think it's fucking despicable.
Apparently JB missed that part, and he just played that clip from 45 minutes in with Dave Rose. I get it. But I did say that multiple times in the rant before that, but apparently that was not played by JB. He just went into like, oh, you know, the fag, I say it more. You know, it could have been a quick thing like, you know, I disagree with Joe. He says fag more than I do. But I get what he's saying, you know. I'm admitting right now, I think I say fag more than you. I have more rants where I drop that than you. But I do think that what you've said sometimes has been more over the line than me. And sometimes I've said stuff more over the line than you. Who cares? The bottom line is we're all equal. And this guy's taking a side because it's fake. Because Coop's outrage is fake virtue signaling, just trying to fuck with people.
I've done it many times. And to be honest with you, I probably regret 90% of it. Because, like, sometimes when I'm on the show, that's how I like to push the envelope. Whether it be racial humor or dirty humor, whatever it may be, I always try to push the envelope. Or else we're just going to be some stupid-ass fucking flyover show. Like, that's not a knock on Joe. I'm saying he can hold his own weight. I'm just saying, for me to add in there, I'm just trying to be edgy. I shouldn't have to apologize for anything that I say. Okay, but I've said some stuff over the years, sure, that's really fucked up, and I do regret it. Like, you think I don't get inside after a lot of the times we do shows, and I sit there, I almost get depressed sometimes about some of the things I say. It's like, God, there was no need to even put that in there. But it's like, that's why I'm there. And then, like, for him to say that I say that every second, just go listen to, like, the past 2 weeks of Joe's shows when he gets mad. He says faggot every 5 seconds. I don't. I've said it a lot in the past. Nope.
Now he goes crazy about how I say it more than him. But once again, if you listen to the beginning of my show the other day from this same clip, I said this.
He and everybody else all have the same amount of humor where we say things that are a little bit over the line. And, you know, if you're going to call one person out and then all of a sudden say the other person's okay, I mean, you're out of your mind.
I mean, it's all stupid because we have listeners that are gay. We have listeners that are gay. We have tons of minorities. We have people from LGBTQ community that listen to the show. and they don't get offended by our over-the-line, sometimes inappropriate, sometimes ignorant statements about LGBTQ or anything. Straight people, any color, any race, because it's all jokes here. You know what I mean? We welcome everybody with open arms. You know, just words don't hurt. You know, bullying someone for real, that hurts. You know, bullying someone and dehumanizing someone for real, that does hurt. But making jokes and crazy statements, they shouldn't hurt. And if they hurt you, guess what? You can change the channel. It's amazing. You can actually change the channel. You can turn off the video. You can click on a different video, whatever that may be. JB has no problem with gay people. I have no problem with gay people. My brother-in-law is gay. I actually like gay people. I don't think there should be a 1 month long Pride Month. I think there should be maybe a week or a day. I don't think we need a month-long Pride Month. But, you know what I mean? To me, that's a little excessive. But I don't have a problem with it. I don't 100% know how you can get away with, like, having just your balls out at a parade when at other parades you'd be arrested. That's a little weird, too. You know, why do you not just march with flags and signs and things like that? Why do you have to march naked, like molesting dildos, like in this, you know? Is it Gay Pride Month or is it Sex Fuck Pride Month? You know what I mean? It's just a weird representation. But that being said, I have no problem with it. And I don't plan on going to fucking Straight Pride Walk or whatever the fuck that is, because that's weird. I almost feel like I can see that my jaw is misaligned now. Anyway, I don't know. Whatever the fuck. Anyway, let's continue. And I love JB again. This is just, we're taking pops at each other, and I think it's fun in a way. And we'll talk later, and everything should be okay. We're just having some, little debate here.
No argument there. You will get no argument from me that I've used that word quite a bit. All right?
Yeah.
No question. But for Joe to call me out and say I'm the guy who says it the most, I recommend no. And
I think he's right about this too, by the way. He is right. Again, this is one of those things where I do believe I was wrong. I definitely, when you look at it, have said that way more than him. And I think he's correct here. I think he is 100% correct. See, this is why he had to make a video talking about this. You know what I mean? And this is why I had to make a video talking about the video of him talking about the video that I made.
I mentioned that to him on Facebook the other day. He was like, well, yeah, you're right. So, anyways, let's continue.
That's weird because that's what Quiche sounds like when you fuck her. No, I'm just kidding. What the fuck? Sorry, Bailey.
And saying all these racial jokes. He is now friends with Coop, and I'm the racist.
I'm friends. I'm friends with Coop. Did you guys hear that? I'm fucking friends with Coop. He's my best friend. We're going to have brunch today at 10. As soon as this show gets off the air. I haven't been recording Bailey and Cronin so that I can go to brunch with Coop. Me and Coop, big brunch guys. We're brunch bros. That's what we are. We just love having brunch. I love brunch. By the way, brunch is fucking retarded. It's a stupid thing.
It is dumb. I always hated
English made up.
100% agree with that. Brunch is fucking... Dude, brunch is retarded. He's right. Brunch sucks. Brunch is a mangled mess for cock-sucking English people. You're right.
And it's stupid.
It's stupid.
All right? Yeah, we're best friends. We are totally best friends, Joe. You busted me. I am guilty. Red-handed. Me and Coop, we're fucking.
How does that make any fucking sense? I know what he's doing. He's dividing us.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, now I'm going to be friends with JB and go, hee, Joe, hee. And dumbass JB is taking the fucking bait.
Oh.
Just like he takes the bait on everything.
Oh, I take the bait on everything.
Look, this guy was a scumbag. Want to write for my website? Oh, want to write for my website? This will be great.
You want to write for my website? I'm going to talk shit about the website once again. I've done that ever since I fucking started it because I don't like it because it takes time away from recording shit with me. He's never fucking supported that website, all right? He does not like what I do. He doesn't even like what I do here. He doesn't.
No, see, that's retarded. He doesn't even like what I do here. That is the dumbest thing ever. Because I'm the one that told JB he needs to keep going live doing shows because people love it, and I love it. I enjoy it, and other people do. I'm the one that told him to do that. By the way, by doing this little fight back and forth is probably going to give him some new viewers. So I'm supporting him, actually. But, he'd be like, oh, thanks, Joe. But anyway, I've always loved his stuff. I don't like websites. It's not that I don't support it. I just know that it's a lot of work for a lot of nothing. You know what I mean?
So Bischoff and Heyman taking over WWE development.
Ron Bonity, what up, Ron? Thanks for the super chat. Yeah, I'll talk about that a little bit. I did put the video out on my wrestling channel. My wrestling YouTube channel, of course, is youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. Go sub Joe Cronin Show. I put up a video earlier about it. They'll be running SmackDown and Raw in an executive role. I mean, it could just be a big cock block to keep them from AEW. But Eric Bischoff is back in WWE. It's fucking crazy. Ron, thank you, man, for the super chat. I appreciate that. And again, me and JB don't have problems. We're gonna be fine. We're just having fun here.
Doesn't. Because he wants me to be doing shit with him.
That's true.
Plain and simple.
That is true. I would rather me and JB do JB and Cronin and do more work together than him spend hours on an article about Coop's friend's mother or something. Yes, that is true. Or like a basketball thing. Yeah, I agree with that. I would rather him do this stuff and get bigger with me and take care of ourselves better and do better entertainment than do a website. I agree with that. I do agree with him. Although his morning show, he does an hour show in the morning once in a while, like I don't know, I like that. I told him to do these.
He's never fucking supported that website. All right?
I'm so paranoid about his fucking website. You know what? I do hate your website. I fucking hate your website because that's all you care about sometimes. It's fucking annoying. It really is. But I'm happy you're happy about it. Go get it, I guess. I don't know. But, oh my God, the website. This guy's writing. This guy says he doesn't want any drama. JB, you say you don't want any drama and all these things. You literally wrote on your website as the anonymous writer. You told everybody, you're the anonymous guy. People are running around blaming this guy, blaming that guy, getting angry at each other about who's exposing shit. And it's you writing as an anonymous writer about drama stuff so you could get away with it. Then you had to come out and admit it, that it was you. That's not drama? I mean, dude, we could have been doing podcasts together, but instead you were writing articles under a fake name about bullshit. I mean, yeah, I'm going to be annoyed by that because I think me and you could do a 1-hour podcast of gold as opposed to you writing under a fake name on a website about shit that 9 people are going to read instead of 1,000 people who would like our podcast. And, we could all make money and we could grow and create something, get new listeners, and that would be way more fun and creative. Now, if you love doing that, that's fine. But yes, I am going to see that and be like, ugh, sorry, I don't like it. What do you want me to do, pretend to like it? I'll promote it because other people do like it. People do love it. So I will promote it. I'll promote the fuck out of it. Just because I like it doesn't mean it's not good. You might like it, they might like it, that's awesome. Just not my thing. I fucking can't read. I'm retarded.
It's not like what I do. He doesn't even like what I do here. He doesn't.
I do. That's bullshit.
Because he wants me to be doing shit with him.
I do want you to be doing shit with me, though.
Plain and simple. He's admitted to me he wishes that I didn't do this shit as much so that I can record more with him. Because he loves recording shows with me. Okay,
yes,
cool.
Yes.
You've never fucking supported that website.
Oh,
and that's
God.
why I left.
Was
why
it your
I
kids?
fucking sailed away. Whatever. That's why I sailed away. You never fucking supported what I did on my fucking program, okay?
I love the support we did.
He hasn't liked it since day one.
JBRadio.com. JBRadio.com or, I'm sorry, JBSportsRadio.com. JBSportsRadio.com. The website where all the drama comes from, JBSportsRadio.com. You're listening to the man that created JBSportsRadio.com. There you go. I'll do that every show. I just don't like websites. I mean, that aren't like podcasts or something. You know what I mean?
One. And I don't know who he's talking about. If he's talking about Old Man Davey, I'm assuming that's what he meant. We were on good terms with Old Man Davey when he came on to write for me. So Joe can go fuck himself with that.
Okay, so you say that, there was a point where Old Man Davey was being a shithead to me and to JB and to everybody. And once again, this is what happened. Old Man Davey was a piece of shit to me and was a piece of shit to JB and everybody. I said to everybody, we all talked, and we all agreed that Old Man Davey's done this about 9 times, that he always turns his back on us and shits on us. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know why he does it, but he does it. So we all agreed, blah, blah, blah. Then Old Man Davey said, like, oh, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. So we all said we're kind of cool, right? But when you say that, you say, yeah, cool, man. Okay, Old Man Davey, sounds good, man. Yeah, no problem. I'm good if you're good. Okay. But you keep him at a distance because you know that every time you work with him, he screws you over. So, yes, I agree that we all buried the hatchet with Old Man Davey for a second. But that didn't mean we're going to start working with him now. So then he puts him right on his website. Hey, want to write for my website? And it's like, what are you doing? Don't give the guy that platform. This is what he wants. So then I voiced that, and then he got mad and whatever. And then Davey, of course, he caused drama on the website, which whatever, it is what it is. But that's what he was going to do. And so when he says that we were cool with Davey, we were, but we weren't. We were cool with him, but I didn't know we were going to work with him either. It's like he didn't quite get that, like, yeah, everything's cool, man, but like don't hire him or anything.
Yeah, he's kind of done some scummy shit since then. But when he wrote for me, and before that, we were on good terms with Davey, Old Man, OMD, not Rose. And so he's like trying to put this on me. Oh, this guy's a scumbag. I'm gonna have him write for me. Who? Who's the last motherfucker that wrote for me that you're like, oh, you fucking scumbag? Shut the fuck up. Stupid puka shell wearing homo.
Joe or Ken or somebody gets mad, I'm just going to be like, what is wrong? You can't deal with it? But here's the thing. The minute somebody writes something about you on your website, you freak the fuck out. Everybody else
noticed.
Everybody else has had hit piece after hit piece written all the way back to when Old Man Davey wrote shit about Leah on your
God, let's bring up shit from fucking 2018. Let's bring up shit from a year ago. And I got with Leah. This is what Joe doesn't tell you.
Oh my God, did you hear that? JB admitted it, guys. He got with Leah. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Ago, and I got with Leah. This is what Joe doesn't tell you guys. I asked Leah about it. I said, hey, do you want to write a response to this and shit like that? And she was like, yeah, I'll do that, blah, blah, blah. And Davey released it. It wasn't even that fucking bad. He was talking about a championship belt and her championship.
It really wasn't that bad. It was just the idea that he was doing something for him. But he wrote all snarky things about other people, too.
The hit piece on everybody over there. Shared the fucking blog. Why would I share a blog if that's the reason I'm going to fire him?
Anyway, I think we've had enough of that. My voice hurts. My jaw hurts a lot right now. I got to admit it. I am actually starting to get in pain, and I think it's from all this talking. So I am going to take phone calls now, and I'll play the donations if anybody wants to donate. The goal is $50. We're at 29 down there. We got a lot of super chats, but they don't count, I guess. So whatever. We're probably close to it. Ron Bondi, thank you very much. OKFabe with the largest donation. What up, OKFabe? Connor, I love you. Kisses. And I'm going to have to go take some ibuprofen. And my fucking jaw hurts. Phone lines are open. Somebody wants to call, talk about this. Call on up. We'll talk about anything you guys want. I'm sorry, I was really in a funny mood at the beginning of the show, but now because the jaw is starting to hurt more, I'm kind of winding down a bit. But I will. I'm not grumpy or mad or anything. It's just that's how my jaw is. And of course, the man that calls, who's been waiting to respond to this, I'm sure. Devious Dave Rose.
Actually, I was trying to call in because when you first started the show, you're like, yeah, my jaw hurts and stuff, and I was thinking of calling in later, but as soon as you said that, I said, I want to give this guy a little bit of help, give him some breathing time to not go on the rant that you just went on for however long that was, like an hour and 30 minutes, and wanted to help you out to at least, not have you put so much strain on your jaw. And I think something that you said about your jaw not aligning because it doesn't feel right is probably because one side is a little bit more inflamed because of what you were doing. Well, so the muscles or whatever.
Yeah, well, Dave, I was clicking my jaw on the right side only. I can click my jaw if I want to, and clicking it caused the ear pain, the ear pressure to go away. So I was doing that constantly for days.
But you probably aggravated some sort of tendons or something, and
there's something called
that's why you're feeling that.
There's something called TMJ, and that's exactly right in this spot. And that's exactly all the symptoms are this. So I believe that's what happened. But yeah, you're right. It's all from that. It's all crazy.
So yeah, I wanted to at least help you out there, but hey, yeah, after 10 calls, I thought, you know what, fuck it. I'll just wait until Joe finally finishes this rant, and I'll try to help him out.
Well, I'm pretty much winding it down now anyway. I just, anybody can call. We'll talk about whatever for the next few minutes.
I will address some of the stuff that you were saying in regards to me that you didn't know. Okay. But it does, at least when you were saying it, it sounded like you were siding with him. Maybe you didn't intend that. But the thing is, though, he didn't really speak the truth. Again, like when you admit, it's not that you're lying, but when you admit certain truths, you're not telling the full story, and it gives a certain skewed perspective. When it comes to why he fired me, he sort of, went back, like he sort of contradicted himself in that sort of video he just made where he commented on the video that you and I did. And he didn't, he doesn't like bringing up the past, or if other people do it, but if, he does it, it's okay. The screenshots that I showed were basically given to me by Nikki, okay? Mm-hmm. I didn't have anything to do with those. So I'm not even in some sort of engagement or agreement with JB in regards to the ownership or my ability to share them. I have shared other stuff, which I can understand that he might be upset on, but he contradicts himself in that argument by saying that, oh no, it's not, because he shared these screenshots, and then he goes on to say, well, I can't agree with him sharing these screenshots, and he shares it with Young and Scott and stuff, so like that's why I fired him. So it's like a total contradiction in regards to that, and I think a little bit hypocritical when it comes to sharing private messages, because he did that actually with Ken, sharing stuff that I had said I think it was in the writer's room or whatever. So, I mean, yeah, he got mad on that expose video, if you want to call it that, because you had said that some of the stuff that he did was hypocritical, which I also agreed to. But then he gets mad at that he's being called a hypocrite, but he has acted in a hypocritical nature. I mean, I don't think that can be denied. I also think that he got extremely emotional during it, which I think sort of showcased a bit that it wasn't really based on actual facts. I know that he said that he didn't have an issue, with me as opposed to you, but you raised good points, I think. And, I know where he's coming from, but there is... I don't know how to put it properly, but I think you made it properly before, where this guy has accused everyone of these egregious sort of crimes now, and you go ahead and retweet him. Maybe he didn't know about the moderator thing, but you retweet him, and when I mentioned that and he comments on it, he scoffs. You had commented just now about that.
Like, oh no, like, how dare I? It's like, well, what do you mean, how dare you? Obviously, the guy said if somebody called JB a racist who's committed hate crimes, whose show should be taken down, and then the next day or a couple days later, I retweet that guy, I would expect to hear from JB. I would expect JB to say, dude, what are you doing? The only difference is when JB said that, I might say, what do you mean? And then he'd say, well, this is what you did. And then maybe I'd say, oh, dude, I forgot, or I didn't really... I don't know. Either I don't care, or I do care. One of the two, but whatever. But the fact is, I got no response. So, I kind of went with it on what I had. And even so, it was just weird. Like, I don't know. It's just a little bizarre. I thought it wasn't... I feel like if... He'd be upset if somebody directly called him out for those sort of things. But it's almost like because he's not being attacked, he feels like he's... mostly the attack was on me, so he feels maybe like, oh, whatever, the guy attacked Joe, not me, so this is what Joe does. And then he makes it seem like I'm the bad guy. Well, why didn't you ever call Coop out at all? How come you called me out so much? Like, I'm just wondering why you did this. But I get some of the things that he corrected on his thing. But, I don't know. In the end, I'm really not that mad. It's just a fun thing to talk about. And it's just another example of someone trying to divide everybody.
I said that in the chat. I thought very much that this seemed very clear that Coop was trying to bring up old shit or try to focus in on certain actions and then basically paint everyone with the same color. So it seems very clear that it was some sort of attempt to divide and try to get him more on his side, because ever since the whole blow up, he's still tried to at least garner attention, stay relevant, get people to stay on his side. So, I mean, there's clearly some sort of agenda, whether subconscious or not.
Yeah, and to go back on his Patreon and everything, it's like, that's weird. You know, it's just a weird thing. And he knew that this would happen, and he's right. You know? And it's kind of like when some people have reached out to me before to be cool with me who have bashed other people, and I tell them to go fuck themselves. So I guess it's my fault for thinking like, oh, you know, they'll have my back too. But that's not what happened. And in the end, JB really didn't do that much wrong to me at all. I just thought it was weird, and I brought it up and went on a rant, and then he ranted back, and that's where we're at. It's not a big deal to me now at this point. I think JB just doesn't care that much, apparently, that Coop said that we're racist or...
No, but I know that you're trying to be diplomatic and all, Joe, but the bottom line is that, and I've said this, that he's obviously going through a lot because of the kid and the money that he's got to make to pay for these bills and stuff. So, like, he's going through some stress, obviously. There's also, there was that the other day where you read out a message that he had sent to you, something that he had expected I was going to blow up on, and I was just curious as to, like, what the actual straight story was. He explained his side, you explained your side. And that was when you read a supposed private message, and then you said "oops" on the air and all that.
Oh yeah. So there was something else going on.
It's like, but the thing is, though, we got to be honest. Though you're not always the best with communications, but then again, JB is the same way. I think he'll claim otherwise, but that's incorrect. So obviously, you guys could utilize a better communication system. But that being said, I mean, there's certain things I think that he's still holding on to. And I still think that he's still holding on to things like in regards to me. Like he says, I went onto your show because I was bitter and like I called, and you actually said, oh, well, you know, Dave did call in. When something is being said about me that's false and I can prove it, I'm going to call in. You know, like, I mean, like you said at the beginning of your show, people don't expect you to, or like, you know, they hope that you're not going to respond, and you basically defend yourself as you have the right to do so. And again, I don't have anything against Bailey, but he is misconstruing certain things, and it is sort of filling in these gaps and stuff that create this narrative. And I have to interject at least and say, well, at least in this point in regards to me, that's wrong.
Well, and he would say you do have something against him. He would say, well, I fired him, so he's mad at me, so now he's going to bring up these things. You know?
Yeah, but it's such a fallacious argument. It doesn't. There's no facts based in that whatsoever. Again, I don't have any hard feelings. It's one less thing that I have to worry about. I was producing like 2 blogs a day, sort of thing, sometimes more. It's one less thing I have to worry about. You know, I had fun doing it. JB sent me that letter and said, you know, he was gracious and appreciated that. I don't hold anything.
Yeah, I don't.
In regards to that,
I don't think you guys have any major problems going on.
But the thing is, though, I do think that he is misconstruing the facts when he says that my articles, which were 2, not 3, okay, because he said, oh, he wrote 3 articles about me. It was 2. About his censorship styles and so forth, which he still didn't define. He's very, very bad at details. Very similar to you.
He's like YouTube?
What's that?
He's like YouTube?
I guess if they're bad with details.
Yeah, you never have an idea what the hell a bad thing is here.
But, I don't know. You derailed me. I had a train of thought, but whatever. Bottom line is I don't have anything against him. It's just that when he says things that are false or misconstrues them, I've got to interject. And if he thinks that I'm bitter or whatever, well, that's his thoughts. I mean, again, it's no big deal. You know, I'm going to still work with them. I'm not going to treat them like shit. You know, if I'm on the show with you and him, I'm not going to like be a moron or, you know, start shit and stuff. He's fun to.
Well, he said the same thing. He said the same thing about you. So
what a fucking fag.
Ken is here with me to announce a new podcast or live whatever that me and Ken are going to be doing.
Oh, damn it! I was hoping it was with YR.
Let's get to the meat and potatoes of it all.
That was the rumor.
No, Young is probably having sex with his dad right now. Yeah, we had a 3 hour and 20-minute corrupted podcast the other night, and it started off with we were all telling stories about crazy experiences, something or other, and then Ken told the story about his neighbor who was delusional, and at one point was like, "Let's just get to the meat and potatoes." And then we came up with that night. We were like, you know, that'd be we've been trying to do a show that isn't called Throwdown, or not Throwdown. That isn't called Trash Talk. Yeah, we were like, all right, because Trash Talk, you have to deliver trash talk. And we were like, well, let's do something that's more ambiguous or whatever, right? Because then we can do whatever we want. But it still kind of has that theme of like, let's get to the point type of deal. So Ken was like, we got to use, help me out, I'm on drugs.
Meat and potatoes. Let's get to the meat and potatoes, because we were talking about it after the stream, and we were going, you know, we were talking about my neighbor being senile and shit, and we were dying laughing, and it just popped into my mind like, hey, we've been looking for a name to rename, you know, what we were doing together, Trash Talk, and it's kind of like one-dimensional with that name. So, you know, I said, hey, why don't we use meat and potatoes? And this was like that night.
And we could dude, we can do all kinds of things with the artwork for that and stuff like that.
Yeah, it could be very funny shit, you know?
And it will be a little bit different because, like, I mean, you know, Ken will be more involved because it will just be me and him. Probably be in the daytime, too, so we'll be more alert. You know, we won't be coming off of a million things. You know, different stuff might be on our mind. And we're just going to, you know, we're going to get
different style.
It's going to be a little bit different take. And, yeah.
More serious.
Yeah, a little more serious. It won't be all like jokes. So, you know, if there's funny stuff that happens, it will happen. But we'll be more, you know, serious takes on all kinds of different things that are going on.
Hey, you know, I heard you say before, JB mentioned on his thing about just ask Ken. Well, like one of those.
Yeah.
And that's what you were referring to, right?
What do you mean?
You said, like, because you mentioned before, you were like, he tried to team up on me with Ken. And I think I thought you were referring to when JB at one point was like, just ask Ken.
Oh, yeah, because, I mean, I don't know exactly what you're saying, but I know what you're saying as far as JB. Like, he said, he was talking about, like, me in the DMs on Facebook. He was like, just ask Ken, this is how Joe is or something. And what I was saying was, well, I asked JB, I said, dude, what's up with Coop as a moderator and you're retweeting him and all these things? And then he never said anything back to me about, oh, I didn't know, or I'm just going to bury the hatchet with the guy, I don't care. He never said anything.
Was definitely right what he said before about, like, you know, you got this thing on you that you're very hard to communicate with at times. Not that you're hard to communicate with, because when I speak to you, everything's fine. But, like, to get in touch with you sometimes is, like, you know, hard to do.
That's part of that.
And JB says that you're like that, and he's not really like that. But he is like that, and I think Gabriel is right. Because when I speak to JB, it's very hard to get him for, like, 10, 15 minutes to just talk to me about something, you know what I mean? And I understand he's very busy, so I don't give him shit about it.
That's the thing is, so what happened is then I responded on my video. You know, I had to make my video, and I sort of said, you know, I said everything I was thinking that I didn't get to talk to JB about. So, you know, maybe I should have waited. That's true, that I shouldn't have just gone out and said all these things. But at the same time, like, you know, you didn't respond to my Facebook message, so that was kind of concerning. But then the minute something else happened, you responded to me with something else. And you basically ignored what I said to you.
Yeah, you know, the three of us are never, ever on the same exact page. It's just like, what the fuck, man?
It's not even that big a deal. Like, I actually have no problem with JB. I don't think he has that much of an issue with me either. We're just kind of having this little bit of a scuffle.
No, I don't think you do, but I'm just saying, like, we never, ever, like, we can never just, like, shit can't just, like, I mean, some shit goes easy, but then you get into situations like this where it's like, you know, it's just, you got to chop through the bullshit.
Yeah. It's and listen, I would say that you are the most available. You're the most responsive person. Me and JB.
Well, yeah, a fucking whack job, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
Fuck
like
you, asshole.
Well, I'm not talking about you. I'm only including me and JB and Ken.
I know. I'm trying to bring some brevity to it. But.
Oh, thanks. Because like my face hurts right now so much that I've lost my, my jolt here. But that being said, dude, yeah, I don't exactly know what that means about what he said, but I don't know. I guess that he's okay with Coop, it sounds like, for the most part, but I was just kind of like, I forget what we were talking about before this, but I'm like an old person who has Alzheimer's right now. I'm so fucking fucked up.
I mean, listen, you're all fucked up. They got you on medication. They got you, like, for you to cancel the other night, I was like, he must be fucked up because you normally don't cancel shit.
Oh, yeah, dude. With all the shit going on, too, and the bills and the things and whatever, I was pissed off last night. I was like, I was mad. And I wanted to talk about wrestling.
It's more important, man, than anything, so, you know?
Yeah. I think I gave myself, like I said, an injury to my jaw because of the clicking I was doing to release my ear pressure. So that's why it's weird. That's why the doctor's like, the infection's gone. I don't know what you're feeling.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. But, yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, meat and potatoes. There's so much we can do with the artwork.
Yeah, we get into the meat and potatoes of whatever we're discussing and just get down to business type of thing and something different. Different approach. You
know who would love that concept? Who's going to be like, I really wish that you'd come to me with this. Is Tommy? He's going to be he's going to be like, wow, we could have eaten turkey while we talked, or
we could eat meat potatoes.
Or he's going to be like, maybe, Joe, I was thinking we could maybe change honestly to dinner with Tommy and Joe or something, and like we're like,
honest meat. Instead of honestly, we name it Honest Meat.
Honest Meat, dude.
We'll talk about deli meat for an hour.
We'll talk about my cock.
Talk about fucking deli meat. And my cock like a big fucking stromboli.
Oh my god.
To be honest, I probably could talk about deli meat for an hour.
Yeah. Even those nitrates.
Hey, Joe, can I cut in for a second? I gotta get back to work in a second.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, dude. 513 is on the phone. What's up?
Yeah, my bad. I gotta get back to work in a second. But no, this is Will Tactics. Yo, what's up, man?
What up, Will?
Do it.
Yo,
I knew Fake Dave when I heard him.
It is Fake Dave Rose here. Nah.
Give me that laugh.
Do you ever feel like you... Say what?
Give me that laugh before you start. Just give me that laugh.
That actually sounds more like Bailey, by the way. Slow it down and make it deeper.
All right, go ahead. I know you're getting back to work.
Over.
Yeah, man, do you ever feel like you give too much attention to these motherfuckers that, like, everybody you were mentioning and calling out in the beginning of the show? Because, like,
agree.
I don't know. Me and Dave were agreeing for once.
Well, Dave,
you
really, Dave. I mean, you go on shows, you go on other shows for hours defending yourself and everything. I mean, come on. But maybe it's different than me. But yeah. I mean, sometimes I do. But you don't even understand the amount of other people that are doing things that I'm not talking about. You know what I mean? This is just one thing where,
right? It's really good. And I gotta say, like, compared to when I first met Joe, it's like night and day. Like, because you used to get involved in everything. Like, if somebody said something about you, you were on them. Now it's like you let a lot of shit just slide off of you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a psycho still, but it's true. I do.
You are, but you're not as bad as you used to be. Like, I know people who are worse than you. I feed into the shit more than you do. So it's like.
Yeah, I've noticed that about you. I used to think, like, we're gonna get to the meat and potatoes of this. No, I used to think that you were that there was something wrong with you because I was telling you about this guy's a bad guy. What are you doing? Like, you don't understand this. But the thing is you're even more of a people person than I am in a way. Like, even though I'm like jaded to the point of like I get it right away. I know what's going on, and you know what's going on too because you're not like fucking stupid. You're street smart. You know when someone's fucking with you. The difference is like you're at the point where you'll work harder to win the relationship back. Whereas I'm at the point where I'm kind of like, I've seen this before, fuck this.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know a lot more, you've been through a lot more, and you've just been, like, just went through the motions a lot more, and you just know where it's going to end up already. And some people like me, you know, are the type of people that are like, hey, I'm going to make that fucking assumption on that person myself. I don't need anybody to tell me, which is good, but it also is a bad thing.
I'm also more needy when it comes to like relationships and friendships. Like I get very territorial with, like, I think because of abandonment stuff, like I will say, like, if somebody's a dickhead, say somebody's a dickhead to you, I'll most likely like shit on them or something. But sometimes maybe I won't. But maybe if somebody is friends with you who shits on me, I'll get more aggravated by that because I'll be like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, more than anything, like anybody, like, you should know that just brings more attention to that person, though. Like mentioning them and talking about them and shit. Like, I didn't even know.
Double-edged sword, man.
Yeah, but you know what?
Yeah.
You know what though? He's such a fucking idiot loser that I don't mind bringing attention to him because there's nobody's gonna go over there and be like, wow, you know, I came here because Joe was hating on you, but now you're great. Like, almost nobody's gonna do that because he's a fucking nitwit. So like, I don't mind.
He really is, though, man. I mean, for this guy to sit there and tell you, I'm a comedian, and I'll tell you what these guys can and they can't say is fucking outlandish.
Yeah.
Just because you on a stage and you deliver a couple of jokes that you thought of doesn't make you fucking any more funnier than the next guy. You know?
He's mad because it says comedian on my Twitter account, but it's there because I do a lot of stuff that's in a comedic fashion that's supposed to be funny.
He earned it, bro. And you want to know something? He sits there and complains about his Patreon. And about a year ago, he sat there and told people, if I don't get more Patreons, I have to leave everything altogether. I need money. And came straight out and said, unless new Patreons join, I am leaving. And basically threatened everybody.
And at the time, and he had 12 patrons at the time.
Who worked for him on that? All of us, me, you, JB, and a bunch of other people, all went out and said, "Yeah, guys, come on and join his shit." And people did.
Yeah. What, Dave?
I just wanted to say that something I noticed from the very beginning with the Coop situation that I didn't really speak about very much because I just wanted to soak it in, was that it really does fit in to that South Park episode about the comedy awards, where you can't really have an award to recognize comedy, you know, because it's sort of like
subjective.
Exactly.
It's like taste.
That's the perfect word.
It's like taste buds.
So for Coop it's not only that Coop took issue that you put comedian on your Twitter, but he then went on in his rant to say, first of all, you don't know comedy. I'm the gatekeeper of comedy. I tell you what's funny. And not only that, I tell you what you can say and when you can't. Now, to me, I think that's even worse than being called a homophobe, a racist, whatever. Because when you try to impose your psycho beliefs on my free speech,
and he's the only one
that's when it gets criminal.
He's the only one that fucking believes that, too. So.
He also kicked us... Oh, Will, go ahead back to work.
Drop off. Yeah, I'm gonna drop off here, but I just listen. But yeah, I love all you guys. Hey, Ken, the rap battle was live last night. Y'all should talk about that.
Brother. Yeah.
And I'll see y'all later. We always get it done.
I don't know if we always get it done. Hey, listen. One last thing, real quick on this is, and then I gotta bring something up because people are calling me a hypocrite. We'll get to the meat and potatoes right here. We're announcing the new podcast with me and Ken, Meat and Potatoes. It will take the place of JB and Cronin, that since JB never wants to do that. And now he's gonna get mad at me for saying that. I'm just kidding, JB. I'm kidding. It's
just
not
kidding,
that.
not kidding.
No, we have bad. No, I am kidding. We have bad schedules. It's not that. We have bad schedules. He also, Coop, blocked me from his Patreon and blocked Drew from his Patreon and blocked a whole bunch of people. So, you know, now you blocked people that were giving you money, and he was giving me money too. So I don't know what happened. Again, like, I don't understand what happened. And, you know, if you just said some shit like, I'm sick of Cronin, fuck him, and stuff like that, I'd be like, all right, I probably wouldn't have said anything about you. But when you say, you know, racist and hate crimes, like, that's fucking weird. That's fucking weird.
Digging for something that's not true. Like, come on now, man. Like, you know, people, you've been on YouTube for a while, and people in your fan base know who you are already. They know what they're going to get with you, and they know whether you're racist or you're not, or you're homophobic or not. So it's like, this guy's out there talking to nobody. He's really saying it to nobody.
Ken, this is where his plan gets laid bare. Look, the guy's an idiot, but he's not fully retarded. Yeah. He knows when you throw out your racist, the racist card, the fucking homophobe card. A, it gets attention to him. He's an SJW white knight that he's protecting other people. He's slandering other people. So it's the definition of what Joe was talking about initially. This is an attempt at division, utilizing these special trump cards to try to make such a big issue about something that clearly was made in so that it can cause rifts as we're seeing right now.
Yeah, this is what he wanted. It's similar to when Scott picks me or Ken or JB to be his buddy for a second, and then make the other guy go, well, listen, I don't got a problem with him, so what do you want me to do, go after him? Like, that's what he...
I know.
Oh, this is what I wanted to bring up, Ken, before I bring up the rap battle thing. I don't want to bring this up because I don't want to paint Ken... Okay, so I said some fucking fucked up shit to Ken, and we were in an off-air fight. And I said some fucked up shit to, we were saying fucked up shit back and forth. We were fighting with each other. But I was kind of being, like, really passive-aggressive. I was kind of like, and I really was shocked by what was going on. But, anyway, we solved the whole thing. It was no problem. But I swear to God, it was the funniest fucking thing I'm telling you, Ken. It's so funny. Because Ken was getting all riled up over something. And it made sense why he was getting riled up over it. And I was being more passive, like... Dude, I don't know why you're this mad, about this, and whatever. And Ken goes, Ken, you go, you motherfucker, you ain't never met a motherfucker like me, motherfucker. Don't try this shit with me, motherfucker. I'll fuck you up. I'm not, don't do your bullshit with me or something. And now I disagree with what you were saying, but I got what you were saying. But the way you said, you ain't never met a motherfucker like me, dude, it was right out of a mafia movie or something.
I know, man.
You should have fucking heard this. It scared the shit out of me, to be honest.
I get that New York strap to me, man, and it's just, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm from New York. What do you want me to tell you?
But it was so funny, dude. When you ain't never met a motherfucker like me.
Motherfucker like me. I'm all meat and potatoes.
Oh my God, it was great.
You're culturally appropriating Irish food. Shame on you, Italians.
Dude, I really did. I felt bad about that. I really, truly fucking did.
I know why you were mad, so it makes sense because I was a dude. Well, no, I'll tell people why. I'll tell people what happened was
big fucking mouth. Listen, I'll admit it. I got a big mouth. I jump the gun sometimes, like a lot of people do. Maybe I do a little bit more than other people. I do take things personal. I do take things personal that I shouldn't take personal. Okay, my wife tells me that. She lets me know about that, and it is one of my fucking weak parts about who I am. And listen. I listen. I know I've fucking made wrong moves, man. I mean, there's no doubt about it. But I think everybody could tell. I'm here to fucking just. I'd rather have a good time and be friendly with people than to be at war and fucking arguing. I really don't want to argue with people.
I'll tell you what, though, man.
Yeah, but you know what?
But you'll get into the war, bro. You'll get into the war, though. I'll tell you that. Come on.
I'll get into it. There's no doubt about it because I get that mindset of hey, man, it's especially when somebody's
the beef is on
something. You know what I mean?
No, I totally understand it because I was worse than you a couple years ago, so I get it.
Lie, and I know they're lying, and I can't prove that the person's lying.
Yeah,
it drives me up the fucking wall, bro.
Yeah. Well,
it really does.
I think you're right about a lot of it. 80% of the time, I really believe you're 100% right. I think because I've been in little things with you, and I've heard you get mad, and I've heard you say something, and then I've been like, oh my God, no, that's not what I'm doing. But I've done that too, where I've said stuff probably, and then you're like, no, Joe's fucking, or you've jumped to a conclusion that I had some kind of whole master plan that I didn't have, but I get why you said that because that makes sense. But no, getting what the fuck was I supposed to get back to after this? What the fuck? I lost my whole shit again. Wasn't about the podcast.
No, I think it was about something that was going on with us and JB and the whole thing. About something I said or something maybe.
It was something else and I don't remember. I don't know. It wasn't I don't know. It's not a big deal, I guess.
What do they got you on?
I'm just taking fucking amoxicillin.
Did they give you pain medication at first?
No, I'm just taking my own ibuprofen and amoxicillin.
It's better if you stay away from that shit, man. Yeah.
I wish I had something though. Like, I mean, I'm not even kidding.
Every once in a while, it's good. That's why I like going to the dentist, and like, you know, once in a while they'll give you a little bottle of pills for a week, and it's like, you know, you fucking have. I have fun with it for a week, and then it's like, okay, back to reality. Pain's gone. You know.
Yeah, that or you start snarling and you break into your neighbor's house to steal some gold so you can go buy some more of that shit.
And you get in there and he looks at you and he's like, "Yo, I ain't got no meat and potatoes in here.
Give me the meat and potatoes.
Give me the meat and skip the potatoes."
Yes, Will Tactics in the chat. He's at work and even he remembers. Okay, so I was called out earlier because the goon was calling me out, I guess. He said, "So you're going to get mad at JB for the whole Coop thing, but you're not going to mention Mars in the rap thing." Yeah. He was saying, why aren't you getting mad at that? And I said...
I thought Mars straightened shit out with you, though, didn't he? Like, didn't he say to you, like, weren't you guys on the same podcast together with Scott? Because I was under the assumption that you guys squared away whatever you had.
Well... I was on a show trying to answer all the stuff that they were getting wrong about me and defend myself, but he popped up on there. I didn't know.
It seemed like you guys communicated with each other. That's what I got from it, and you guys basically were like, yeah, you know, like he basically said in that stream that he, you know, doesn't have a problem with you and he doesn't want to fight with you and me, and he named a bunch of other people and all this shit and spoke about a lot of different situations, but I could have sworn like you and him interacted and things were all right, you know what I mean? So I didn't think it's not like it's not the same situation as Coop.
Even though I know that Mars is a sniveling fake dildo. I know that.
That's him. You really do think that of him?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, because when I had helped him do all his stuff with his podcast equipment and his channel that he signed up for on Patreon, and I have all the proof that we talked and the video I made from about his channel. The minute I did that, and he came on Monetize This once or twice, the minute I did that, he left and started doing something else with these other guys.
No, I remember that, but I thought you guys were on that stream, and he basically explained it to you because you called him out on it. And
no, he said this. He said, one of the reasons why, Joe, I don't like you is because Scott actually talks to me on Skype. He actually would have hour-long conversations with me on Skype. You know, Joe, you'd never do that. And I was like, dude, I have a channel, multiple things going on, 3 kids, and all this other shit. You want me to have hour-long Skype calls with you just off air about just life? I had no idea. No, he never asked me about that and never said that to me, ever. I just simply once in a while asked him, hey, want to come on the show? I didn't know I was supposed to Skype with him all day. Now, if you don't believe this, anybody out there, we have the video of this from almost 8 months ago or whatever, when he said that was one of the major reasons. He felt he had real friends in Young and Scott. Yeah. So right there, I don't believe a fucking word he's saying. So I believe he's a fucking... because he was really cool for a long time. And I was like, wow, this guy's like a man's man. He's cool, you know, blah, blah, blah. He's not. That's a facade.
Who...
But here's the point. The reason why I'm not getting angry at Ken and making a fucking video about what do you think you're doing, blah, blah, blah. I don't care that much, number one. But number two, Mars just... Like I said, I think he's a fucking fake dildo, but he's pretty cool, though, so whatever, I don't care. He never went on a fucking 1-hour podcast and buried me saying we were all racist homophobes and all this weird slanderous shit. All he ever did was kind of like agree with other people's bullshit and sort of kind of be a two-faced meatball. You know, like, if you're a little two-faced meatball, okay, great, I'll call you a rhino face or whatever I call him. But when you go out and you know, slander the shit out of us, and then JB's like retweeting him, that's really fucked up.
Yeah, I thought I thought you guys were to the point where it was, it was like worked out where you're not exactly friends, but you're not exactly like, brawling with each other. So I didn't think it'd be a big deal, but
it's not.
It's like I look at the whole situation with, other people like Scott and shit, and it's like, I mean, I've taken phone calls from him, you've taken phone calls from him, JB has. Like, we all have our turn, like fucking having people on that at one point or another fucked with one of us,
Yeah, the bottom line is, like, all of us can't at every second know when someone's having some kind of issue with somebody somewhere or whatever. The thing but I took an exception on the Coop situation though, because I thought it was pretty clear what he's been doing. And then when I asked about what was going on with that, and I was no-sold about it, then that was like.
But I can understand where the Goon was coming from asking that. I do.
Yeah, I get it. I totally. Oh no, I get it. We already went over it, and it makes sense. I said like, hey, I appreciate you calling it out. I get what you're saying. The Goon can say anything he wants. Fucking love the Goon.
Yeah, I get where he's coming from, and it's a legit statement. It is.
Yeah, and it's but yeah, there was no need to, and I didn't even know about it, to be honest. That was the other thing. I didn't know. I didn't even know he was on or anything. I don't even know. I was like sitting in a bed, fucking trying to think about knifing myself. But anyway, I'm going to end the show now. I'm going to play the last of the donations, and I'm going to end the show. And I appreciate everybody listening. Meat and Potatoes with me and Ken is coming. And
coming on Meat and Potatoes.
Anything you guys want to say?
Feel better, Joe.
Thanks, man.
Take it easy, bro.
Anything, Dave?
No.
Foulmouth Ken and Devious Dave Rose.
Have a good rest of the weekend, everybody.
All right, I'll talk to you soon, Ken. I'll try and mess you. My fucking jaw hurts.
Weekend. It's not the weekend yet, but it's the weekend for me because Tommy NC's coming to my house.
It's going to be a fire. I told Tommy I pretend.
Yeah, I heard that already. I heard somebody go, hey, hopefully he'll start a fire in the living room at night. I'm like, that's fucking great. Yeah, burn me and my fucking wife and my kid. That's fantastic.
He might. Yeah? I called him and I pranked him twice. The first time I said to my...
I did. You fucked up, man. You told me your dog died, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the...
The second time I said was, oh, you're going to mismonetize this on my birthday, and like I'm just kind of upset and sad about it. And he was like, I'm really sorry. I'm going to call you on Friday. I'm going to take time out for a little hour. I was like, dude, I'm kidding. You're over at Ken's. Like, you don't have to call at all. Like, you dummy. I'm joking. But like, wait till that comes out. That's going to be a good one.
I said, me and Shad are going to be sleeping in the bedroom. He's going to be out in the living room, and I'm going to hear at 4 a.m. I'm just going to hear
masturbating.
I'm going to be like, what the fuck was that? I'm going to go out there. He's going to be butt naked in the fucking living room.
Oh, he's going to be sleeping in your daughter's room.
No, he ain't going to be in there because my daughters ain't going to be home.
I know, but he'll be sleeping in their bedroom, masturbating in the bed.
Touching that side of the house, bro. And he's not dropping loads in my shower either because it's slow draining. That means his load will be there like a week after he leaves. It's not happening.
My God.
Floating around in there.
Yeah, that's...
bath, and then they got Tommy's cum.
You know what you do? You drop loads in it for the next 2 days and then have him take a bath in it.
Oh, it'll get all over his feet.
And he'll get pregnant.
Yeah, dude. I'm going to call him Loadfoot.
I'd be worried about like my daughter getting pregnant with my kid.
In the water?
Yeah, because like if you're dropping loads in your own
fucking mongoloid looking fucking
Republican
looking X-ray comes out.
Yeah, you start shooting loads in your bathtub, and then like later on a family member takes a bath, and then they get impregnated, and then you're in trouble for like rape and incest, and you're like, I didn't do anything. What the fuck?
It was just swimming around in the fucking water, bro.
Yeah,
they call me Billy Ocean. Yeah. Floating around in the ocean.
They find out later that that's how it happened. That's not even possible, but it's funny.
That's a sick up story, dude.
That is fucked
up. Just twisted.
All right, guys.
That's like some meat and potatoes shit right there, dude.
Meat and potatoes.
Let's get right down to the meat. All right, fellas, take it easy. Take it in the mouth.
All right.
Talk to you guys soon.
See you guys. Thank you for calling, guys. And everybody else who called. I'm sorry I didn't get to more calls. My jaw has given up on me. It is really getting severe. I got to go. I want to play these donations, though. Thank you guys for listening. I had fun. I love JB, by the way. I hope he's okay with this. I think we had fun. I'm going to have more on Patreon later today, by the way.
I think you accidentally clicked your jaw while sucking dick all night living in the writer's paradise. Joe, I waxed my 2-inch carrot listening to that song earlier today.
I love that
song. I'm warming up for tomorrow.
Hell yeah, baby. Ryan Romano. Ryan Romano, good to hear from you, man. Thank you, Ryan. I want to shout out the new patrons, too. Ryan, thank you, bro. We almost got to our goal, babies and girls and ladies. We almost got to the goal. I think we really did hit the goal if you add the super chats together. We hit $33 of the $50. But I think with super chats, I think we made it.
Dave Rose, love wieners.
Dave Rose does indeed love wieners. Casey is raw. Casey is raw. Oh. Yeah, Dave Rose loves wieners. I believe that's true. Jabroni Jabber Podcast went to $10 a month. Thank you. Ryan Murray and My Son Champion going to 10. And Freddie Mitchell, 27. Freddie Mitchell going to the producer level from $2 to $25 on Patreon. Thank you guys so much for that. And I'm going to get my sick ass out of here. Thank you so much. I will see you guys later. Guys and girls. I don't know if there's going to be a throwdown tonight. There might be. It depends on how my jaw feels. Might have blown my load here, but maybe at least a little hour show or something tonight. And then monetize this as tomorrow night on my birthday. Hopefully I get better and I don't get worse. We'll find out. Where's the outro music? Come on. Oh, God. My jaw.